welcome back once again to another episode of Internet Genius featuring our good friend Craig, real star of the show. It's me, Nate Bestman. You know me from such hits as the last episode of Internet Genius and future hits such as the next episode of Internet Genius. What's going on, everybody? What are we here to do today? We're here to introduce the people that are here, such as Noni, back again, still alive.
The record keeps going up. The record keeps going up. I've not left the podcast yet.
An unbroken streak, unlike your anal wall, which I've shattered in 1,000 places, and will do so again in the very near
I'll never confirm, nor deny.
And Victor is here, everybody. The main man, Victor. Hello, welcome.
Heyo.
Welcome,
how's
Victor.
it going?
Hey.
Oh, I just love
All
looking
is well.
and seeing that I've already clipped my audio as soon as I enjoyed
I was just gonna say.
It's so much fun.
I'm turning it down.
I felt
Craig
it
will pick
in
it
my
up.
ears. I literally felt
Me
my
too.
headphones like reverberate.
I did the classic,
unlike-
we did all our audio testing, and I'm away from the mic, and then as soon as we're going, I just put my face right up on there, and I get super loud.
Does the gamer lock in, lean forward? into
Ooh, I'm
microphone
locked in. I'm
technique?
ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Well, guys, we're here to talk about Japan stuff. Okay, hey, but before we get there, let me just do the tiny bit of housekeeping here. Of course, everyone, you must go to patreon.com/internetgenius. Support our efforts here for massive quantities of money. But for as little as a paltry $5, you get our massive stack of bonus episodes, of which there is exactly one. And you want to hear it. Lots of lore and epic things going on, as well as the next episode coming in like a couple of weeks or whatever. So get in there, folks, right now. What a value. You can't afford to not be in there. And you'll be in the credits at the end of every episode. Won't that be exciting for you? So that's happening. Okay, and hey, if you're a backer, guys, once again, I must remind everyone that's backing the show right now, please go to the Patreon. There is an emergency message that all of you need to see. This is really, really important that you go. It's like the first post on the Patreon. You can only see it if you're a backer. I need your feedback. I need you to click the link. Please go check it out right away. Very critical stuff. Okay.
Sounds important.
And beyond that, it's very important. Unlike that odious Mr. Cope himself, the one who copes, please die and suffer and burn in hell for all eternity. You are the worst person of all time. Sort of like a worst guy ever, if you will. Something like that, but he sucks. We're cool. This is lore, show lore that people don't know yet, Victor, but they'll find out soon. Okay,
the
and
hidden lore.
last thing. It is, in fact, hidden lore, but the people have begun to rumble. There are theories whizzing left and right about who is he who copes. Dun dun dun. You'll find that soon, folks. One of these days. And, okay, last thing. Hey, guys, put out an announcement on, like, the Patreon and the Discord and stuff. There was a new thing we're doing on the show here, tentatively called Community Internet Genius. Yes, and what it is you people, you lowly, odious worms, can finally be of value to me in some way beyond the $5, which of course you should give me or your life has no value whatsoever. But you can go from like neutral value to possibly positive value if you email us at, it'll be written on the screen right now, but it's, if you email internetgeniussubmissions@gmail.com, we are doing a thing now where you can submit shit that we will talk about on the show. I put out information. A couple people have sent stuff in. I'm going to give it a couple of days till our next recording when people can send it. Hey, if you want to record like an audio track or make a video, it could be on the screen. And here's the gimmick. Here's the premise, guys. We, the geniuses, will give you the genius insight on what it is you have to say. For example, maybe you have a question that the geniuses need to address in some way. Maybe you have a video that will stroke our egos and make us feel good about ourselves and important. We could discuss that. We could show it on the show, etc. This is the goal behind it. Do something that is contributory to the show, though. Don't send me your 45 fucking minute Attack on Titan analysis video. You will be deleted and banned from the show if you do this garbage. So don't waste our time. Send things that are cool. This is going to be a strict meritocracy where only things that are actually cool get in. There actually isn't that high a bar for things that are cool. But anyway, again, send emails to internetgeniussubmissions@gmail.com of links to cool things that you've made. Oh, and for the love of Christ, keep it to like a minute or less. Max out in a minute, unless you're some fucking god and you got something amazing. But the longer it is, the less likely it is that we will give a fuck about it. So there you go. Send stuff into the email, and we'll decide if it's cool or not. And if it contributes to the show in a positive, fun, good way, it could be included. If not, fuck off and die. And there you go. So community internet genius, name pending. Maybe we'll come up with a better name for that. That is what's happening. Be funny or die. That is the tagline. And with that, let's get to talking about stuff that we're actually talking about today. Namely, why we love Japan so much. Why I love Japan, period. I know Victor does.
Oh, yeah.
Noni, I don't know. Do you feel strongly about Japan, the nation, one way or another, Noni? What's your... You haven't been there. Me and Victor have been a couple times.
So in World War II, a big bomb
They were whacking.
dropped.
They were going crazy. Yeah.
Things were going, hot. Did they blow up a ship and then a bomb happened and they were like, "Oops, now we're gonna be nice boys." That's definitely, historically accurate.
Were you around for that? Were you the guy that pushed the button to drop the bomb? I feel like your lore.
I was the bomb.
You're currently punishing Japan for its crimes to this day.
Exactly. I am the reincarnation.
Excuse me. As a true Japanese apologist, I would like to say that actually all of the actions that Japan took before World War II was because they saw the West expanding and they were afraid for their own sanctity as a nation, and so they just want to do a little colonizing of their own, a little colonizing,
and then
little colonizing, America,
guys.
They were coming into their territory, so
what you're telling me is
attack
that
Pearl Harbor.
Nanking had to be done. It was the morally right thing to do. It was appropriate. Guys, it was for science. At the end of the day,
the soldiers got a little out of hand. You can't blame the whole nation for the the worst things have been done.
431 or something. Yeah, there are worse things, guys. Forget about it. Time to get over it, guys. Guys, to be fair to them, they did make, like One Piece, so it's time to forgive and forget.
I mean,
did they make Korea made Hello Kitty, right?
What other nation
Naruto
has been guiltier about what they've done?
They
created Godzilla to punish themselves. They just have been slapping themselves and whipping themselves over this.
No. I think Godzilla is a victim cry narrative about like, woe is me, Godzilla is mean old rest of the world punishing us.
That is true. Like, we couldn't do anything. It's a natural force that came out of nowhere.
Exactly. There's simply no way we couldn't bomb Pearl Harbor, guys. There's simply no way it had to be done.
There was simply no way we couldn't commit horrific crimes across Asia. There was simply no way.
And you know what? And that's why we love them. And I salute the imperial flag to this day. What a beauty. What a beauty it is.
It's too bad history is told by the victors.
So true. But, they've joined the winning team at this point now. So,
definitely.
They're pure capitalist, pure Westoid cuckoldry shit. We're running them into the ground. How many military bases does America have all over Japan? Like
all of them?
Quite a few.
Basically all of them.
They don't have a military.
Osaka,
That's, we just took that
JDF,
from them.
The Defense Force. It's in their constitution that they cannot have one. Though I hear rumblings that they would like to change, but they've probably been rumbling with that for
what are they gonna do?
Years.
They're not gonna do anything. Come on.
No. Get conquered
by
China?
This podcast
question mark? Perhaps
it's gonna age like fine wine in like 6 months. Like truly, a couple of months.
Taiwan is going to be conquered by the time we finish this episode, and by the time it releases, China will have conquered Japan as well. So, that will be the fate of this.
Likely, very likely.
Dare I say, hopeful? I'm optimistic.
Yeah, I would rather
we can just
they take it than it be eliminated. But
hey man, I hear those Chinese cartoons are kind of kicking ass recently. Great animation.
Oh, that's okay. Now that is bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the best Chinese cartoon ever? What's the #1 best one of all time? Can you even name one? What was that one that people were shilling?
Literally yesterday, I watched like a movie called
Honkai Star Rail.
Absolutely, let's dude. They've invaded. Gaming is destroyed. China won that fucking battle. We all know
they won. That's true.
I think it's called like Hero Hey is the name of that fucking movie. It is unironically.
Isn't that a Twitter user, Hero Hey? Isn't that a guy, like a YouTube guy?
No, The Legend of Hey.
I think so.
The Legend of Hey is the name of the movie. The Legend of Hey. It is pretty fucking good.
I will Google it.
Is it like 99% action? Is there like any story at all?
Yes, it's one of those.
Because every Chinese property is just action with absolutely no substance.
They haven't gotten to the plot stuff yet. They're still on the like spectacle stuff from early Hollywood. They haven't realized.
No, the plot
Maybe
of The Legend of Hey 1 and 2 is Is like Disney movie passable? You know what I mean? Like this is
Sure.
a solid 7, 8 out of 10. If you look into it, like, oh, this is kind of neat. The animation though, it's just amazing. It's just you're watching this and you're like, this is a warehouse worth of Korean people died to animate this.
Well, you know what? Sacrifices have to be made for greatness in life, and you know what? If they can spend their lives for me to watch a better Chinese cartoon, you know what? Maybe their sacrifice is, maybe I personally am willing to spend their lives. It's like, okay, we always talk about with like anime, it was just like amazingly good in the 80s and then like into the 90s, and everyone talks about le bubble economy, which I barely understand, but I do think that like the actual, like the economy was just amazingly good due to the, whatever they call the Japanese miracle or something, and then also the government was like actively funding it, like for real, because
they still do that.
This was part of Japan's cultural conquest of the world, which it's working. It is totally, why do we all here care about Japan at all, this island nation in the middle of nowhere that got obliterated? Because they tricked us against our will. They have psychically programmed us to love them, and it 100% worked.
It's basically the Japanese CIA operation that has worked on me my entire life. Which is your question of why do we like Japan, which is because we're stupid and we've been brainwashed by the Japanese to be obsessed with their country.
Is it wrong to love your brainwasher, to love your kidnapper, your I guess it's what do they call it? Patty Hearst syndrome, Stockholm syndrome, some shit like that. Well, hey, they haven't dropped any bombs on me anytime recently, so we can forgive and forget.
I just think Japan might have failed a lot of things, but one of them was not marketing. The marketing for Japan as a nation and the art it produces is impressive. Is genuinely impressive. For like
they've got a Japanese Don Draper out there working hard to make us fall in love with. Who cares? Like, why do we care about like Shinto shrines? I'm sure they have a cool aesthetic, but it's just Japan. Oh my god, I fucking love Japan.
I'm looking at my photos from Japan that I pulled up as reference for this, and I'm just like looking at just a random photo of some fucking rusty sign, and I'm like, oh my god, Japan, I miss it so much. Look at this incredible street where there's one guy walking, and it's beautiful.
It's aesthetic as fuck, dude. It is aesthetic as fuck.
Good friend of the show, Adolf Hitler. He was right. Japan, they are the Aryans.
He did, he made them honorary Aryans.
He was right.
He recognized recognized game, I guess.
Yeah, it's so true.
Game. Man.
It's real. It's so true. And so Japan, we just love it. We've been tricked, we've been convinced, we've been brainwashed. But that's life, and I have come to love my cage. I've come to love my chains. And so we just want to talk about some of the shit we've done. Specifically, we're going to talk about like places we visited. Me and Victor, I assume people know, took a trip there together in 2019, like with our wives and stuff. Yeah. And that was totally sick.
It was not a roundabout way to show each other our cocks in 2020.
Dude, okay, that's the point I was going to make. Guys,
damn it.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes, we have seen each other's cocks 100%. Because it's not gay. You have no choice. You have no choice but to see each other's cocks in Japan. If you go to any onsen, it's literally like illegal to wear clothes in there. You cannot do it.
And would you rather be looking around at all these scraggly Japanese dongs in there or your buddy's dong, It's like
you want a fat American cock, something meaty
just
to look
in there
at.
fucking meat mogging all these little Japanese guys,
Meat mogging? Meat mogging. That's
so true, man. So true. Dude, I saw some pretty good girth on some of those samurai individuals in there.
Nice.
They were, the rumors are somewhat exaggerated about the smallness. They have. I know we've all seen a lot of JAVs, right, with the censored tiny cocks and whatnot. I spent all day consuming this material, but
I wonder.
There's some honking units in there.
For those, are they finding deliberately the smallest cocks because it's like the most humiliating, and that's like a very Japanese,
Maybe so. Maybe so. That wouldn't shock me. Like those are the Johnny Sins of Japan. It's the guys with the like shriveled small cock.
Oh man,
a friend of the show, Johnny Sins, definite internet genius. He's an internet genius, no doubt. Welcome to the club, Johnny.
We should get him on a podcast. We should get him on the podcast. We absolutely should get Johnny Sins on a podcast. Nate's
good personal friend of mine, guys. He's a good ally of mine. That's a good man right there. No, he did nothing wrong. Much like Imperial Japan, they are hand in hand. A predator grab Johnny Sins in Imperial Japan. It's totally sinless, totally morally pure. Okay.
I mean, we decided we didn't punish the emperor after World War II. That was an American decision, so apparently he did nothing wrong, you know?
Dude, speaking of American god chads like MacArthur, let me just start by saying one of the important places that I went to Japan like I guess it was last year actually. And one of the places I was like, okay, this time when I go, I have to go here. It's what's it called? It's the town where my man Commodore Perry, met with the Japanese and forced him to open the gates. Shimoda, which is on the southern tip of Japan. This is a real town, still exists today. It is the place where Commodore Perry brought his famous black ships. You guys, I don't even know if you guys know.
Is that where he sold guns to Oda Nobunaga? Is that where we're getting to?
No, that was a couple hundred years before this. That's a slightly different incident. This is because they went through different phases of being like open and closed. This was in like 1850, 1880, like something around there. And Japan was currently like way closed, I think, except to the Dutch, if I remember correctly. But Commodore Perry, I forget who the president was at the time, said, Mr. Perry, Commodore, go to Japan and force them to open up because we want to do trade with them. Give them no choice but to do it. We, America, want to do business with them. I can't remember why. Maybe this.
We wanted swords. Let's be real.
Chinese
we wanted
power.
the swords.
We wanted katanas. Yeah.
We thought they're shit, and we were like, we need that shit. You know.
And we did.
We had cowboys at the time.
We dulled our blades.
The cowboys needed to fight samurai and ninjas. It's,
Very true. Very true. And so the guy just went there and like docked outside of Shimoda and said, knock, knock, let me the fuck in, Japan. And he gave them like a year. He said, I'm coming back in a year. If Japan isn't open to like America, then like we're gonna start killing people. We're gonna start bombing and doing whatever we gotta do. So he went to like China for a year. He then came back to Shimoda, the same place, and was like, and it turns out it's kind of like a wacky, like Benny Hill political catastrophe. Like there was confusion and like mixed messages about what they were doing, but in sort of like a bumbling, stumbling way, they like accidentally agreed to all his terms and just like opened up Japan to Commodore Perry, and he landed and like just established diplomatic relationship with Japan for America. And since then, we've been on the best of terms. Some minor bombing around 1940s ignored. We don't, that's way ancient history. No worries. But I got to stand. I probably have pictures of this. I was so proud to stand where my man Commodore Perry stood in Shimoda when he docked his black ships and said, I'm gonna come, like a famous American president would in the future.
You think he was was he the first like white libertarian guy to get a Japanese wife?
Yeah, he was up there, dude. Here's a crazy fact. So in New Bedford, Massachusetts, which is not far from where I grew up, it's a super famous whaling town. It's where like Moby Dick, one of the places they visit is New Bedford, Massachusetts. And so it's like famous whaling, ship-going society stuff. The first Japanese national to ever visit America was a guy picked up by a whaling ship. I think like an American whaling ship. He has a name I can't remember. I was in the New Bedford Museum of Whaling one time, and it turns out that like a New Bedford captain found a stranded Japanese sailor whose ship had gone down on a little island, picked the guy up. There was like 3 of them. He went to Hawaii, dropped off 2 of them that were going to get ships back to Japan from Hawaii. But this one guy was like, I think I'll go with you to America. So this dude brought this guy, can't remember his name, I'll look it up later, brought him to eventually New Bedford, where he lived with this captain in his house as the first Japanese person to set foot on American soil ever in history. And I mean, sure, it was in like Hawaii and like probably stopped at other places, but like he settled in New Bedford and is now in the Whaling Museum of New Bedford, which is just awesome. I've had Japanese blood in my veins. Really, I am the true samurai. I'm the blood of the samurai.
It would be the first Japanese person to come to America was a fucking whaler.
I mean, of course. Whaling was the entire economy of the world at the time. Everything ran on whale oil. Not even joking.
That's true. Yeah.
That's serious. It really did. Whale oil was like every ship was lit by whale oil and
like
their little lamps and stuff
soap
before electricity.
Whale fat or something, right?
Yeah, I think so. They used it for everything.
It's been a long time since I learned whale
facts.
So.
Well, according to Fight Club, they used fat to make soap. So I would assume you could do it with whale stuff too. Yeah. So I think that's a safe bet.
Presumably. Have you seen how big those fucking whales are?
Yeah.
They're in the museum. There's like a giant whale bone that's hanging, and they say that it still drips oil to this day.
Oh, wow.
It's been there for like 100 years.
That sounds
might be,
a
I
little
went there,
fake.
Did not seem that oily. I didn't see oil on the ground
Just
personally.
a little,
So.
just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And listen, I've got one last history lesson about my personal family life. Okay, so I am Polish by descent on my father's side, and so this is a real story about my actual family history. So there was, and I swear to God, this is true. There was, I don't know if I told this before, but like I don't know, it's like my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, or whatever it was, the first guy that came from Poland to America. He was doing business here. So Russia had like a claim or like an alliance, or they had like colonized Poland or something at the time. The point is, Russia was at war with Japan at the time, and they needed like soldiers and they needed like officers or something. So my ancestor, whoever, like my great-grandfather, whatever, was plucked from America. They said, excuse me, like you're still like a Polish citizen. We're recruiting you from America. Come to Poland, then Russia. We're sending you to Japan to fight. Because Japan and Russia have like disputed islands to the north of Japan. They're like right on the border. Kind of, they're actually very close together. So they actually have fought quite a few times throughout history, Russia and Japan. Anyway, my like great-grandfather, whatever, was on the front lines fighting against Japanese soldiers, and he, in I don't know, some incidents or whatever it was, he was put in charge of a bunch of Japanese prisoners of war. He was like a medic or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And they said like, hey, execute these prisoners because we're not taking prisoners today. And he said,
we're not taking
no,
prisoners
this is the
today.
family
We're
history.
rejecting them.
That's what they said. But he said, I will not do that. I'm not going to kill these prisoners. And he resigned his commission and like was like kicked out of the army, like for defying orders or whatever. It's kind of a miracle he like even got to go back home, but he did. You know, pretty honorable stuff. So he leaves, he goes back to America. He later receives, I swear to Christ, this is true, in the mail, he receives a commendation from the nation of Japan called the, it's like the, as like a member of like the Order of the Rising Sun, or like the Medal of the Rising Sun or something, saying, out of respect for your heroic moral deeds in this war against us, we, Japan, award you, a Polish, like Russian proxy soldier, this like Order of the Rising Sun medal.
Nice.
Which is like the Medal of freaking honor that you can get from Japan as an enemy soldier that like did an honorable thing to not kill Japanese soldiers. So the point is that in my blood has been love for Japan since time immemorial. We are bonded like Adam and Eve since the Garden of Eden. And so when I say I love Japan, period, this is an ancestral thing that's going on here.
Ancestral soft spot for the Japanese.
It's like Kagome and Kikyo or something. They're you know, with Inuyasha and Lord Sesshomaru and whatnot. That's what's going on with me. Okay, anyway, I just thought that was a fun story. And my uncle has that award, the something of the Rising Sun. I want it so bad. There's no way he would appreciate it as much as I would. I need to trick him into giving it to me somehow, but that's like actually like a valuable family lore or memorabilia stuff. Okay, anyway, that's all to the side. Let's talk about things we love about Japan right now. Oh, and I'll just recommend, as we're speaking about stuff we've done, go watch the video I put on Bestie Boy that like nobody saw. My little side channel called Not So Lonely Rolling Star, which aka Vic and Hope, a love story, which is the video of the trip that me, Michelle, Vic, and Hope all took to Japan together. That like I filmed the whole time. It was really annoying for everybody. And like years later, I finally rendered into a video and put like some extra stuff of like my wedding and stuff at the end. So go check it out if you want to see that. You will probably see some of the sites of some of the things that we mentioned on this episode. But okay, there you go. We love Japan. Hooray!
Woo.
So Victor. Okay, I'm yapping a lot. Would you like to share something you love about Japan, period?
Oh God, I don't know. It's tough because there's so much shit.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where it really is like I've been bred from birth to make the pilgrimage, you know? And now it's like everyone's going to Japan and everyone thinks it's cool, and it's like, you guys don't understand. Like, this is baked into my fucking DNA from the time I came out of the womb, you know? With Pokemon
like
and
us
fucking...
that, like, we're way more like dyed-in-the-wool Japanophiles than I assume like the general millennialisms. But is it because okay, I saw a meme that's like millennial 30-something starting pack.
Yeah.
And it said, something, and one of them was like tickets to Japan to like go visit. It's like, this is like what every millennial adult now does and goes visits. But is that because like your average millennial like watched Dragon Ball Z a couple of times when they were young? Or like the girls like liked Sailor Moon a little bit when they were young?
You don't understand. You gotta understand the impossible millennial dream. It's like we grew up with the culture. Everyone hated us for it, where it's like liking anime was never cool. Yeah. We were young. We were social outcasts, and then you're watching Rurouni Kenshin, and you're like, this is the coolest shit ever. And like the Japanese cultural experience is so consistent throughout anime and all these things. You go, oh man, I want to. Yeah. It's just deep ingrained in your psyche that this is the coolest shit ever, and it's like you're not.
Well, that's why I hate these fake cells so much. That aren't as deep in the paint as we are. How dare they?
And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden everyone is doing this. Like but it's we all like collectively, individually, we're dreaming of this our entire life,
It certainly seems that way. And
now we're all in our 30s and everyone's fucking going, It's like, oh, I guess I wasn't that original.
I know, basically everyone I know has either been or actively says like, yeah, I would love to go. I really want to go sometime. And can report it is a magical wonderland that is... I mean, look, again, to be fair, you're there on vacation. Yeah. It's a different experience than if you're... Like, everybody says that it's hard to, like, live there. And, there's a whole plague of... what do they call them? There's a term for this. I don't know, geocucks, geo something, like the people that just go to Japan to like live the weeaboo dream, but like don't learn the language, don't actually immerse in the culture, don't like really adapt, hang out with only gaijin, and never.
The real winners, the real winners,
lame asses, they're ruining it
all over again.
They start up their own little restaurants, and then they don't even speak the language, and they,
you gotta.
They take our jobs.
Learn it, man.
It begins.
Well, it's what they get. It's what they get.
They all go and become English teachers.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Japan, obviously, it's got like a history of being isolationist, whatever, and wanting to protect its culture. That's totally fine, and I know that, like, politically speaking, the, like, current prime minister and people are way more like, yeah, we gotta, like, really not let this shit run out of control, and...
There's, like, this series of insane
Yeah.
conspiracies over tourists. It's mostly racism against Chinese tourists, but... You see, like, the Nara deer conspiracy and stuff, where it was, like, they were...
Well, no, it's a conspiracy.
So it was... like, this literally became a political element in elections in Japan because it went viral that people, like, tourists were coming and abusing the deer in Nara. And this is something that did not happen. And it was a trend started by a Japanese prankster who would go around and fuck around with the deer and torture the deer in Nara. And then this guy blamed it on the Chinese. And it became this whole thing of, like, people have this huge paranoia about foreigners abusing the deer in Nara, and it was like never true. And so it's like a lot of it plays into the like Korean and Chinese racism in Japan. And like when you're there, there's like if you go into a restaurant, kind of similar how it is to America, where it's like Hispanic workers in most restaurants, like in the back, like in the back of restaurants in Japan, it's Korean workers, and all over the place. So it's like they have similar immigration stereotypes around that and a lot of racism in terms of like other Asians, not so much we only ever think of the white gaijin coming in and ruining everything, which we also do. And too many YouTubers come over there and they fuck around, but it's like politically they're more worried about the Chinese tourists and stuff, and those are the people that actually are the backbone of the economy, because there's so much tourism from those, and you see it when you're there. Any tourist destination, it's like tons of Asian tourists,
Of course. And I'd love to, as a true Japanese man myself, I'd love to get in on this racism against the Chinese and the Korean. And
you feel it while you're there, don't you? You're like, oh my God, I'm trying to appreciate Japan, and there's all these Chinese people everywhere.
Remember when we went to that restaurant, or we had like a Airbnb in like little Korean section, and we went to like the Korean restaurant around the corner. They were not like the Japanese. They were much more like brusque, and I mean, I'd say rude, but like I'm an American, so I kind of respect it.
Yeah.
They were just like more in your face and like doing less of the insane politeness stuff that the Japanese people are like always doing.
Which is
so that was definitely different. And dude, when I was there with Michelle most recently, this was the most insane thing I've like ever seen in my life. Because I'm an American. I would never do this. So I'm a very conscientious visitor. Okay, this was a Chinese family, or rather a mom with her family, and they did the following. This drove Michelle up the fucking wall.
Oh, God.
This was nuts. So we were in some tourist place in Izu somewhere, by like this big bridge on Izu. It's like a famous place, whatever. And so there's lots of, people coming and going and milling around. And there is a trash. So this is like a rest stop. There's like an ice cream place. You can get drinks and stuff. It's a little bit of like a rest stop on the hill on the mountain, whatever. And there is a Chinese lady sitting with her family, sitting directly across from a trash can. It's facing her. She's about maybe 4 feet away from the trash can. She is opening up her ice cream and throwing the wrapper directly on the ground in front of the trash can, not giving a single fuck. And at that point, I was like, dude, is this revenge for Nanking happening right now in front of my eyes? Is this what it looks like in real time? And
it's so they can make some little Japanese grandma pick it up and they're gonna watch.
Yeah, and be like, that's what you get. Fucking whatever they call them. But Michelle like never does this, but she went so far as to like walk right in front of the lady, pick up the trash in front of her and put it in the trash can. Just be like, what do you didn't say anything. And dude, but when we came back, someone had like we did our walk and then walked back. Someone had rotated the top of the trash can such that like the way that you put stuff in was like blocked against something. So we think that out of pure spite, that lady had like twisted the trash can so no one could throw away any trash.
Oh my God.
To be like, I don't know, to make like a statement of like, fuck this place. Everyone throw your trash on the ground just like me.
Kind of based, though. That's kind of fucking based.
Kind of a Chad mood. But I hate littering so fucking much.
Yeah.
It's just the most unconscionable thing ever.
And it's a fascinating thing in Japan, which I feel like people, because now everyone kind of has a general cultural knowledge of why Japan is so cool, but like it's so fucking clean everywhere. There is no trash anywhere, and so it's it's one of those things where I equivocate it to like I had a house where all my friends would come over when I was young, and like it was always a mess, and it was like part of the reason it was a mess is because no one would clean up their mess. And like if you go to a place that is already a bit of a mess, you're not gonna clean your shit up. But if you go somewhere that's spotless, you feel this pressure to clean up. And Japan has maintained that you go there and it's spotless, so you just respect it, It
keeps going. Yeah, they keep the treadmill going, and there's this. And this is despite the fact that Japan is sort of famous for having no trash cans like anywhere.
Yeah.
You have to like go to a restaurant and then you can throw your trash out.
And you'll take your trash with you.
You have to physically carry your trash with you. You don't get to drop it anywhere. So you just this is not hard to do. Once you're there for like a day, you're like, oh, I just put it in my bag. Maybe I carry a little plastic bag with me for trash. Totally adaptable. But it's just like everyone is so locked in on keeping this place clean and tidy, and
it's insane.
Sign me up.
You're back in America, and it's like I became no litter pilled in Japan. Like obviously I wasn't already throwing my fucking trash everywhere, but you come back to America and it's like you'll have trash, you can't find a trash can, and there's just so much trash on the ground anyways that it feels ridiculous not to throw your trash on the ground at a certain point. You're just like, look at how like it's so fucked already, especially if you're like in New York City, it's just like what the fuck am I doing looking for a trash can? But I'll still do it, But there's just so much trash fucking everywhere.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm curious now, because Noni, our boy here, has not been to Japan himself, but he's had a good number of interactions with Japanese tourists.
A lot.
Outside their, out of their natural habitat. So I'm curious if they bring the same, like, when they get out of Japan, because we all know the Japanese, they love their country, they generally stay. But when they step out, does that imperial glint appear in their eye once again that's like, an unconquered land? Perhaps I could add this to the empire. Is that your impression of them, Noni?
As they should. Okay, what is the stereotype I could give to the hundreds of Japanese tourists I dealt with? I would say, generally, to perpetuate stereotypes, obviously, pretty quiet, pretty demure, pretty, they just kind of nod. I will say this. They are like silently rude, I would say.
That is the Japanese way for sure.
They are judgmental.
Yes, for sure.
You could feel it. And while I don't speak Nihongo Jozu, but sometimes they cannot, because I do speak like French, Arabic, like a bunch of other languages. Sometimes you don't catch on that I speak English too. Like sometimes you find like the kids and the parents kind of talking to each other in like that. In that weird, rude way, as in like, oh, I don't understand what they're saying, obviously, but I fucking do.
Little do they know, you've watched a lot of anime. So
I watch a lot of anime. They're fine, for the most part. Hey, they don't throw trash around or like show it, but man, judgmental eyes and weird shit. Like they can't say like the weirdest shit or like make the weirdest like I would only describe them as anime sounds of like, yeah, right, you know?
Oh yeah.
I gotta say,
do you have any? Yeah, go
like,
ahead.
so, like, literally just the other day, I was in a coffee shop where I live, and there was just like this group of Japanese people there. Like real authentic Japanese. It was like looking out a window and seeing like a beautiful bird on a tree, where you're just like, look at. I don't want to scare them away, but I want to look in amazement because they looked like perfect.
They're
you know,
so
like they were. So, but it's like the way they dressed, it's like they were so authentically
They're
Japanese.
than the moon
But you
with
just hear them
eyes
going
that
like,
shine like stars.
It's like
guys, they really
the perfect
talk like anime.
Japanese
it's
sounds. I'm like, oh my god, I'm back in Japan.
Dude, I feel so racist when I'm in Japan hearing actual Japanese people talk. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I like, you are just anime to me. You're not even real people. You're just lines and sheet. Why aren't you doing your signature move right now and, you know, cutting a guy in half with your katana, then waiting like 35 seconds for him to slide apart very slowly? That's what you should be doing.
like linguistically interested to actually dig into it way later, but they do just make sound effects during their speeches, which does like convey like it is in. I have not noticed this speaking other languages, speaking with other foreigners, but Japan, they do like make these sound effects. I've noticed it too many times.
It's one of those where
it's gotta be.
So it's equivalent in English to like where every time I fucking start a sentence I say it's or like or you know like they've got a lot of that in their language. It just sounds more aesthetic and a little like cringe if you were gonna do it. It's like one of the hardest things for me speaking Japanese in Japan is that I feel ridiculous like using they're thinking words where it's like you're trying to think of what you're saying next, so you go like you know, and it's like it's not natural to me because that's not what I would say, but like if you want to learn the language really well, you know.
It's weird if you ever hear like really good like non-native Japanese speakers that like you can tell, you know, they obviously don't sound totally native, so it kind of sounds like they're affecting it, which they kind of literally are, because you have to train your subconscious thought process to do like instead of just me going like it's ano like that's an unconscious thought sound, or anything like that. So it just sounds a little bit crazy, but yeah, it's real shit. It's real shit. Well, hey, that just reminds me, let me tell you the most angry any Japanese person got at me when I was in Japan was in the following scenario. So me and Michelle were trying to catch a bus to go to like the south part of OurGUY Island, to go to this place called I think it was called Onion Island, just like a big onion themed area. I'm sure I'll have some pictures of that. But as we got on the bus, I had clearly like made a bit of a mistake, and you were supposed to like go to the desk first and buy a ticket. With my very limited like Japanese navigation skills, I had not done that correctly. And so I get to like the door, and I'm now face to face with the bus guy, as there's like people behind me, other people had already gone in, and I'm like, we might have been last in line, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I want to go to like this place, please. And he deduced like, okay, so he doesn't have a ticket, he hasn't done it, and I got the biggest like from the guy as he realized this stupid gaijin was fucking up.
The classic Japanese response is like peak. Utter disappointment and like exasperation of having to deal with you, but they're never mean to you, you know?
Well, this was the meanest anyone ever was to me, even one time, which is frankly like extreme praise of the place. Everyone is so nice all the time.
Yeah.
But him being like mildly irritated that I was like obstructing him from being as efficient with his job as he wanted to be. By the way, he solved it very quickly. He like could do it for me, so he took care of it. But he was not happy about having to do it because I just did not follow the rules properly. So that was like the angriest I saw anyone get against anyone in all of Japan. So
I know that this is the Why We Love Japan episode for sure. You know, I love Japan. Give me that small tiny Asian cock, please, any day. But at the same time, I gotta say though, Nate, the politeness, the extreme amount of politeness, the general just expressive lack of expressiveness, and like, hey, this is what I want to happen. The lack of emotions is, I don't know if it's a good fit. I don't know if like a nation.
That's fair.
I don't know, like a nation built on that. I'm like, hey man, you're angry. Just fucking say it. Just be angry.
You know, I feel like
they say. Yeah,
it works really well for us dumb autistic Americans that all of there's a set of rules, and you go there and you understand the rules, and you're just like, oh, I just follow the rules, and everyone will be nice to me. And
you don't have to have high emotional intelligence to just skate by as a tourist. But you know, there's downsides to it, of course. which is like, so obviously like the suicide rate is pretty high, and there's like a lot of like NEETs and stuff. It seems like it's sort of a high level game to operate with. So there's just two types of people in Japan. There are the Japanese themselves, which have like extremely high expectations and like you got to play the game properly and stuff. And then there's like all the gaijin, which like you are not one of them. They do not judge you on the same standard. You're like, okay, it's just a gaijin fucking up. Of course he's fucking up. He's not one of us. How could he possibly get it right? So when you're just a guest temporarily, of course, you just skate by, make a million fucking mistakes, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, they have a lot of patience for it.
To play the game successfully, I feel it's like surviving at like imperial court, and there's all these rules and shit you need to know, and like you said, Noni, being loud is like not normal, and everybody's really quiet.
No,
and I don't know if you guys have guessed it. I'm kind of a loud guy, and I really enjoy being expressive. I'm a Yankee. I'm an expressive American guy. So like I don't think I would. Again, they would, if I was like a member of like a workforce in Japan, they probably would be like, okay, that's just Nate the gaijin. He's loud and obnoxious, but like we, the real Japanese, are not like that. So like make exceptions for him, put up with his stuff, but he'll never be one of us. And hey, you know, that's fine if that's how they want to do things.
I could certainly argue that Japan has an endless novelty because of a toxic cultural isolation that we want to preserve, so that we have this awesome place that's nothing like America.
Sometimes I wonder how much, like, look, I do not want them to become just like America. That's for damn sure.
Exactly.
There's a lot of differences. Keep them preserved, but like, how much would it benefit them to like adapt and evolve beyond? You know, it's an open question to this day. I mean, maybe as we waste away and our society crumbles into dust, and the future empire of Japan rises because they were protective of their cultural identity and allowed themselves to
That's
survive.
definitely what's going to cause them to collapse.
Dying. Did it actually go extinct?
Okay, but this is a new problem because yes, we've invented all this technology that lets everybody be totally isolated and like socially ostracized and get your fucking Uber Eats delivered and like talk to nobody. Of course, like the whole Western world is suffering with that. That's true. But one day somebody is going to think of like something that helps that maybe a little bit. And maybe we could like apply that in a useful way to help Japan. I don't actually know what that is at all. If I did, I'd be a billionaire tour.
I think there's a difference.
Man.
I think there's a difference between like, you know, the rise of people just like not going outside, not socializing, not doing all these things. You know what I mean? And like, hey, Japanese man, woman, whatever, what do you want to do? And it's like, I go to work and then I party a little bit on the weekend if I have the time. Yeah, so like, what are your future plans? Do you plan to have kids? Do any of these other things? I'm like, no.
Well, yeah, this is obviously a problem. Okay, but again, go ahead.
Obviously, I'm a fucking foreigner. You know, everything I know is from personal interactions / you know, what the funny internet tells me, you know, etc., etc. Obviously, just be maybe fully wrong, but it just looks from an outside perspective that they've truly sanded down every like little personal thing ever. It's just like they've got the system, they perfected it. You're a cog in a machine in a literal sense rather than like a metaphorical sense. Straight up. It just feels bizarre.
And it has upsides and it has downsides, and you know, maybe the downsides mean they like literally all waste away and die, and then they're gone forever. Sure hope that doesn't happen.
And you know, at the end of the day, this is a problem for them to figure out, and for us to just go and look at their stuff and give them money and help them along. We're the outside. It's like we're the person giving $1 to them, and they're the homeless guy. You know, it's like I know you're gonna spend this on whatever you spend it on, but I'm gonna give you $1, and it's gonna help you a little bit.
But this is like the endearing homeless guy that like actually contributes to the society out. Like, sure, maybe he's getting drunk or just doing crack or whatever, but he like really is entertaining and like contributes to the community.
We're giving Japan money so that it could kill itself slowly, but you know, but we get to it, but it's very entertaining along the way.
If I ever go to Japan, do I want to go to the Japan that's like more personable and everybody's more free or happy or whatever? Or do I want to go to the Japan where everything is clean and running as intended? Obviously, I would want the second one. You know, fuck them, die, all of you.
Hey, for the record, I am the Emperor's strongest soldier. I just want to say, for real, I do not feel it is a binary. Like, you can either have a clean society or you have a dead society, or, you know, whatever, the binary choice. There's degrees, there's all kinds of options here. I feel like people could figure this shit out. This whole new world that we're living in right now, you know, it's a complicated thing. Nobody's really figured out how to operate. I'm just saying.
The strongest instinct in mankind is survival. They will hopefully figure it out. But it is like worrying. It's just kind of worrying to just look at a funny shot and just be like, oh, they're literally dying out. They're literally dying out, and it ain't going up anytime soon.
Yeah,
like, you
but
literally
that's,
see number
graphs.
go down.
That's
fuck graphs.
Yeah, you know. What do the graphs mean exactly?
They'll be fine.
Maybe they mean something. I'm not interested. I mean, okay, so the population decreases for a little while. Okay, what happened when it gets really low? I don't know. People will probably change their behavior and be like, oh shit, we got to do some stuff differently.
I do think they will figure it out, you know, and we'll have a happy medium.
I think so.
Yeah.
How could they not? Will they actually just let their entire society crumble?
You know what? With the Japanese, they might do it.
They might.
They would rather die.
They have a long, proud tradition of killing themselves, and they might continue it here as well.
Nate, we're talking about the nation that committed. Every nation in history, including my own and yours, there were periods in history of like, hey, isolation. We gotta like figure our own shit out. Yeah, and then we move on. But Japan committed to the bits. They committed to the bits so hard that when another nation came in, they just fucking crushed them. They were like, lol, you literally don't have technology, bro. You're dead.
It's true.
It's actually crazy.
But then America said, that's over now. Open up. Here we go.
Literally,
we have bigger guns, and we're breaking you open.
You can say we blew open the gates.
Again one of these days. Yep. We're gonna, forced MPreg will be the solution to all of this.
I do think
I personally volunteer. My Asian seed, my Japanese sperm can be used to fertilize the women of Japan.
They're gonna have to choose the way. For this, do they want white guys to come and fertilize the women, or do they want to let the immigration gates open? You know, it'll be a little combination of both that probably keeps them alive.
I believe in them that they can figure it out. I mean, obviously make an exception for me because I have true and honest samurai blood, but everybody else has to sort it out.
I think, on a personal note, I think they'll go the route of every Western nation, which is so profitable. Just open immigration, let it build the economy, and then blame all your problems on said immigration.
I guarantee that's already happening.
that is literally happening. That is
already happening.
And it's based
on a smaller scale.
It works every time.
You gain the literal monetary benefit of having all these immigrants, and you gain the political excuse for all your fucked up weird moves to be like, well, it's because of the immigrants, guys. It's beautiful.
That's the American way. It works so well.
It's a perfect system. There are zero problems or flaws with this. And I mean, look, my serious understanding is that they kind of are trying to do that right now.
Yes.
Like the current administration or whatever. So I guess we'll see how that goes. And if that improves anything.
They looked at the playbook and they were like, this worked for Russia, worked for Europe, worked for America. We gotta get in on the game, baby.
Well, I've been reliably informed that Russia has low grocery prices and is the best place to live in the world. That is true. With zero morally complicated feelings about doing so.
Zero.
It seems like empire building is the strat. Acquire things and, inject capital into your empire. This is the way for infinite growth. We just need to start conquering, I don't know, Mexico, South America. We've all got to follow suit.
Canada.
It just seems like the right way to go. Oh, definitely Canada. Well, I don't know if we want them in the empire. They can be like the slave class. They can be the new, ethnic slaves to America, the Canadians. I think that makes sense.
They're the YouTube slave class, because secretly every YouTuber is Canadian. I've been discovering
that is true.
Except the Natriots. All Natriots are true and honest American heroes. For the record, everybody.
Are true, honest, Polish heroes. Here's a question, though. Both of you spoke about, you were, bred and raised to aim for the land of the rising sun.
Topo narae, as they say.
But as adults, with income and big decisions to make, what actually made you choose Japan and not, I don't know, Italy or fucking Moscow or something? What... actually, for real, though.
This is something I've been thinking about recently, because we're trying to go to Hong Kong and China at the end of this year, hopefully. And it is when I think about Japan, it's like there's endless shit I want to do because I've been trained my entire life to want to go see the Gundam and to want to go to the Pokemon Center and like to do all of these things. So I'm just like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do when I go to Japan. I'm gonna do weeaboo shit. And then when I think about China, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck I would do in China, but I do want to go there. But I've been to Iceland, I've been to Brazil for work at least, and like I'm trying to go to other places, but it is like Japan was the number one. Obviously, if I'm leaving the US, I'm gonna go there first, you know. But then once you're once you've been, you're like, fuck, I just want to be here, you know, indefinitely.
I mean, what a mark of it is like, I'm in the same boat. Like I have been to Japan now, so it's not like there's like some great mystery of it. I just like basically have come to the rational conclusion that sure, if somebody gave me free tickets to go to like Italy or something, I'd love to go to Italy. I'd love to visit Poland sometime. I've got, you know, some ideas of doing that sometime, I don't know, in the relatively near future. That'd be cool. England would be cool to see. All kinds of places would be cool to see. I really would like to see China, but if it's just a choice of which places I can go, and this is like every once in a while you get to go on a big trip like this, I struggle to have anything come near the level of interest I have in just visiting some place in Japan that I want to go. Like, I've never been to Okinawa. Like, I'd love to. It's like the Hawaii of Japan. I would love to go to Okinawa and like try surfing and just enjoying the warm weather. I want to go to Hokkaido. I met a guy just the other day who had, this was a little while ago, but he had been to Sapporo in Hokkaido, which is the place where Sapporo beer comes from. And he's like, so you know that I was like buying Sapporo at the time. And he's like, so you know in Sapporo, they have like a like premium Sapporo that you can only get in Sapporo and nowhere else. I was like, I need
Japan,
to try that.
They love their premium shit that you cannot get. Like, they won't export it, you know? Like,
it's
the
awesome.
fruit
I love
and all that shit. The fucking grapes,
great.
The meticulous grape culture is insane.
Yeah. Dude, we got to talk about the Wagyu scam. Wagyu is such a fucking scam.
Oh my God,
guys,
Wagyu.
Public service announcement. Okay, wa is the Japanese kanji that just means Japan. Gyu means cow. The whole point of it is Wagyu is just beef from Japan. It does not mean it's graded. So in Japan, Wagyu has a rating scale, and there's something like A1 Wagyu or whatever, but just to say, like in America, Wagyu is a branding thing to make you think that it's like, whoa, just like a Kobe beef, which me and Victor have had and was like the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. In Kobe, it was totally sick. But the stuff you're getting in America that's Wagyu, there's like a Wendy's Wagyu beef sandwich or whatever.
Oh my God,
that
such
just
fucking
means
bullshit.
It uses beef from Japan. That's all it means. There's nothing further special about it.
But the thing
if
is,
they said like graded A1 or whatever, that would be different.
Like,
but,
they don't allow Wagyu. Like, there are like
the real Wagyu, I'm sure.
Like 2 places in America that can have real Wagyu. And it's like direct to restaurant. Like, they've supplied the Japanese cows and they have licenses on them and stuff. So it's like, whatever Wendy's is saying is just a lie. It's just bullshit.
See, guys, this is all tying everything together that I love. Japan is a country that loves gatekeeping.
Oh my God,
just like
they
me for
do.
real. Japan is like the John Adams of real life. They love commitment. You've got to commit. You go to Japan, you go to Sapporo, you get the fancy Sapporo. You go to Kobe, you get the Kobe beef magic A1 graded.
And you can't fucking
Wagyu.
get that shit anywhere else in the world.
And that
like,
makes it special. That makes it valuable. They're good at this. They know what they're doing. And frankly, I kick them in the ass and I say, thank you, sir. May I have another? I want more. I love these experiences. Dude, here's one little thing. Michelle and I wanted to go to this place that Michelle looked up. It's the Wasabi Museum in Izu. In the Izu Peninsula is a peninsula in the south of Japan or whatever. Me and Michelle spent a bunch of time there. It's awesome. Like my favorite place in Japan, up there with Hakone. And there is a museum because Izu, that peninsula, they say is like the birthplace of wasabi. It's where like all wasabi originates. We went there and the whole place is like wasabi themed. It's like this adorable little building. They sell all different kinds of wasabi. We got wasabi ice cream, which was not like as, you know, it wasn't like super spicy, but there you could detect a little bit of wasabi in there. It was good. But as we're walking outside, we encountered on the horizon this ominous thing. On the distance, there's a giant red, like, hot dog looking thing, or like a dog on top of this building, and we walk up to it, and it's this place called Mentai Park. I know I've told you about this at least once before, Victor, but what the hell is Mentai? Why is there a giant red hot dog on top of this building? Turns out, Mentai is a regional, local, like Japanese food that everybody in Japan fucking loves. Apparently, it is a sausage filled with spicy fish eggs. Imagine a sausage made of fish eggs, and you go into this building with it has a giant mentai dog on top, like mentai-chan or whatever it is, or they're called like mentai-ko or something like that. And inside, it's a factory where you can look through glass panels and see them making the thing right in front of you in the place. And there's a big like entryway, and there's like a museum attached that you can walk through and get fun mentai facts about these like salty, kind of nasty little fish egg sausages that really are not that good, but they seem to love them. I thought they were a little too salty. We got a big onigiri with them in them. But this place is just like, I was so delighted to just discover this as we were walking around places. I've never heard of a mentai in my life. Now I'm completely mentai pilled. I want mentai every day.
And you can only get them there.
It so well. That's basically, yes. I have to be in Japan. I've never heard of this anywhere else in my life before. You probably need like fresh Japanese fish eggs. I doubt that'll do well, like international, being shipped across to America or whatever. It was just like, holy shit, they're good at this. Japan is so good at making like, maybe you call it like branding or marketing, but just making things that makes people want to visit, people want to be involved with them. I mean, how about all these like tourism animes, like Yuru Camp, which is where me and Michelle first like even learned about Izu, because they're in season 2 they do a whole like tour of Izu, and then we spent like a whole week there on our trip, and it was like the coolest place ever. I absolutely loved it.
And it was
just fantastic. Yeah.
We were at a convention like Otakon or something once, and we were at a panel for like the president of PA Works.
Yeah, cool.
And he was talking about, because it was in relation to Shirobako and other anime, but it's like those provinces have a budget to fund anime about their place. So like Yuru Camp is very likely funded by the Izu Peninsula as a tourism ad, which is fucking cool. And
I remember,
very
like,
smart.
I don't know, there's a prefecture like Ginza or Ginzo or something. I remember one time like PewDiePie was just like paid by the prefecture to like come make a video, and they like I don't know if they gave him anything beyond that, but they were just like, please come make a video about our little province. And
it's like so many of those hyper specific anime about a very small town. It's like that town.
I love them. I love them.
I gotta talk about Japan's biggest marketing scheme for me. This is the actual thing that makes me want to go to Japan. This is my version of the brainworm, is the Detective Conan movies.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Are
those only in Japan?
Yeah, at some point, for whatever reason, because, Detective Conan, national icon of Japan. Movies, funded, the franchise funded by the government, essentially.
Funded World War II.
Exactly.
That's how they did it.
Yeah, it's like, at some point, they made the realization, they were like, hey, what if we just set every Conan movie in like a tourist spot?
Brilliant idea. I love it.
Oh, the bridge. The new bridge, the new big ship, the new fancy hotel we opened, the new fucking submarine for the military that's like super fancy and cool. What if we just set the Conan movie in like Japanese locations to get people to go to them? And Nate, the movie is structured so like the characters never been to that place. So you get the basic explanation. The movie always ends the credits with like live action footage. Like there's like maps.
God. I didn't even know this. I need to watch these movies.
I'm being so real with you. It has like guides in the movie itself. There's like guides of like, oh, this is the place to go to get this thing. Oh, this is the cool place if you want to see this theater or whatever. And I'm like, I am watching an hour and a half.
You want to go, right? You want to go.
Dude, it's a tourism guide where someone gets murdered and then a child has to solve the mystery.
Yes.
He's basically an adult. There's this one show. It's called like Food for the Soul. It's called like Hibi Meshi or whatever. It's by the guy who made NoNeedBruh, same guy. I think another PA Works animation or whatever. They went to this place called Mount Takao outside of Japan in one of the episodes. The show is like not that good, but it's an Iyashikei. I slurp down Iyashikei. I love him. So they just went to Mount Takao and looked fun. Me and Michelle were like, we're going to Mount Takao as we spend our time in Japan. And we did, and it was awesome. Nice. It was so cool. Guys, did you know they have the steepest cable car anywhere in Japan? It's the steepest. You can't beat I know, it's unbelievable. It actually was very steep and extremely cool. Would highly recommend. Dude, okay, but again,
we've had a lot of fun on those
Japan,
cable cars for sure. They have some sick ass cable cars.
They're so good. If I could be misremembering, but my recollection is these are extremely steep. I do not believe you are strapped in at all.
Oh God.
They just trust you to not fuck around and fall off of these cable cars because they're expecting you to be a good Japanese individual.
So are these ones like
up and die.
Like a ski lift more like, or?
It's like a ski lift, yes, over pretty big distances and gaps.
Nice.
So, I mean, I've got pictures. I'll put some up on screen.
Sounds
here,
awesome.
But, I would highly recommend. And it's right outside of Tokyo. It's like a day trip from Tokyo. Highly would recommend. It was totally sick. But the point is that, like, there's pictures of me there in exactly the same places that the girls went to in the show. And literally me, Pog, just like me for real. It feels good. I love it.
I felt it. One of the last 3 movies or something, it was like, this spot is so cool if you go to it after midnight for this specific location. And I looked it up on Google Maps and I'm like, oh my, this is just real. This is a real thing you can just go with.
Guys, did you know the Kanto region is real? You can go get a Bulbasaur right now. You can go meet Professor Oak. Let me give my favorite example of this. It's a little less specific. Like the Iyashikes are great, like Eurocamp, which is like the peak of all of them, because it's just like literally you can just go to the exact place, have the exact experience the characters are happening. But slightly different is basically my favorite example. Have you guys seen Zombieland Saga? Do you know Zombieland Saga well at all?
Yes, because of a video I made for you, literally. So yes.
Oh yeah, right.
So I remember you watching
Totally
Zombieland Saga.
Kino. I watched it. It's awesome. It's totally sick. I got to see the new movie, like the finale movie that just came out. I haven't seen yet. It's absolutely hilarious, totally good. But the premise is it's a comedy, obviously. Everybody probably knows, but I'm just gonna say briefly that like the premise is this weird guy who everyone says looks like me because he's got sunglasses and is totally based and red-pilled. Very true. He just like revives some zombies that are all like, what do they call them? Idols. They're all idols. Once again, a problem that requires Japanese idols to solve. Personally, I don't get it at all.
They're the ultimate problem solvers.
They sure are. And so it's kind of like that South Park scenario. Okay, step 1, make zombie idols. Step 2, ? Step 3, we save Saga. Because the whole point of this is to save the prefecture of Saga in Kyushu, which is just a prefecture in the southern part of Japan. Is Saga in danger? Is Saga like going away? And this is not.
They don't have enough
like,
tourism. That's the problem.
I know that is the problem. So they made this like this is like a total comedy parody. They go to real places in Saga, but like the plot makes like no sense and is absolutely hilarious. So it's awesome, and I do want to go to Saga now because I've seen this fucking show. I want to go to where they did all this crazy shit, and yeah, I gotta watch that movie. But like they just. Did anyone in the world care about the prefecture of Saga in Japan, outside of Japan, I guess, before they made the show? The answer is no. No one even knew what it was. But then they made a fucking goofy anime about it, and now I would die for Saga. Oda Nobunaga, take my life, take my soul to protect the people of Saga and this mysterious catastrophe that's not totally clarified what the fuck they're even talking about.
Whoever runs just genuine sort of marketing strategies for these Japanese companies is insane. Is actually the ability to be like, hey, go to like a campaign to donate blood. Let's put this fucking vampire girl from this popular anime to like get you to donate blood. Yeah. I'm like, ingenious. 10 out of 10. Well,
that is one of the surreal things about Japan is how fucking massive Evangelion is, and it's like such an like. Evangelion is fucking insane, and violent, and crazy, and full of psychosexual, Lovecraftian everything, and then it's just like all over every fucking billboard in Tokyo, and then you like go to Hakone in its nice little Japanese town, it's like, oh, that's where Eva took place, and they've got the little Evangelion store, and you're like, what is this?
When we were in Hakone, we just went to like a 7-Eleven right up the street.
Yeah, with the Eva girls all over it.
The Eva girls all over the place. Yeah, like they were on stickers in front of the drinks in like the refrigerated section. There were like standees outside being like, choose your waifu and like, which is your favorite Evangelion girl?
So good.
It's so strange.
And then I'm like, I hope... It's impossible as a Westoid to think that like anyone who watches Evangelion gets it at all, and it seems like in Japan it's like, do you guys like absolutely fuck with this? Like, is this is this Forrest Gump for you? Did everyone just get it?
Is this cringe for you?
I actually don't think so. I think that they have a lot of cognitive dissonance. I don't think that this stuff appeals to people that, okay, to it does to like the big fans or whatever. All of us know Evangelion very well, obviously. I think it's more that like, it almost has like become The Simpsons in like a cultural sense, that it's not that they're thinking about like, whoa, like what is the nature of Shinji's relationship with Gendo and like how can I relate? They're not thinking about that at all. They're thinking about like, whoa, Shinji-kun, ganbare! And they're just like hyped to see Shinji or like Unit 1.
Like the characters have transcended. They're so commercialized at this point that it's just the imagery that is entertaining. And I get the same thing with like Gundam, where it's like Amuro and Char are in every fucking random shampoo commercial. Like,
little icons.
Remember the Evangelion razor commercial, the famous like Gendo shaving his beard with the razors or whatever, like 5-10 years ago. Holy Kino,
it is so fascinating how I want to say open or just popular, just some weird. Japan does have the most amount of just personally speaking like weird popular things, specifically like maid cafes and the idol culture. Like those two things, I feel like they would not be popular in any other country. Like it would be looked upon as being cringe or weird.
I would say those in particular are comparatively niche and cringe to Japanese people, you know, because there is the element of like a lot of this stuff to normal Japanese people is very niche and cringe.
Yeah,
and they look down on otaku.
Normie divide,
you know?
Is real. Yeah,
but then that's why it's insane where stuff like Eva is so ubiquitous, because it's like in Akihabara you're like, oh, this is seedy otaku shit. But Eva and Gundam and Godzilla are just fucking all over everywhere, you know?
Well, I mean, this is the thing that's like the weeaboos imagine Japan to be a place where, like, like literally everyone wants to be your friend and talk about Evangelion with you.
Absolutely not.
Or talk about, like, Demon Slayer with you, or, you know, or whatever it is. But, like, you meet, you know, again, they're very polite or whatever, but yeah, they do not give a fuck. Like, this shit... Guys, I know we're all like 50 years old now, but like this shit really is for kids. It's for kids and pedophiles, which all of us are on the show, of course. You know, it's just like people.
I don't like
weird...
Eva. I don't like Eva.
Yeah, all right. just quirked up individuals that they're you know, they're kind of spend a lot of time thinking about fictional realities that like aren't really helping them like pay the mortgage or like meet a girl in real life or like get to the gym or you know, whatever else like your real life goals are.
You can meet the real otaku in Japan. If you go into like a doujin shop,
I don't want to.
Like it's crazy that there even are these stores because there's such a concentrated population of people that will go to these places. But like you're in Akihabara, you go into a basement, they're selling doujins and they're selling hentai, and like you can see the real Japanese fucked up otaku that look like, you know, they don't shower and they're wearing their masks and they're like freaked out that you're like in the store. Like we're in there with like Hope and Michelle, and they're looking like, oh my god, why are there women in this like,
they were
in this porn store? It's like shocking to them. So it's
guys,
like,
you are the entertainment. We're here to talk at you. You're the zoo animal.
We're watching you guys. We're not here for doujins.
We were having a good time in there. We were all kind of laughing. And look, we've all seen fucked up stuff on the internet, but when you're there and you're walking around, and you know, me and Michelle were looking at doujins, laughing. It was like I think Bocchi the Rock was really big at the time in like 2019 or whatever, I think. Or maybe it was more recent. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We were laughing and looking, look at all these like fucked up doujins, ha ha ha. And then we got to one. Do you guys know Jimmy Hen? Jimmy Hen is the little dog.
Oh,
and
God.
It was a Jimmy Hen X Bocchi doujin or something. And we were like, now this has lost its luster all of a sudden. Now, you know, hey guys, but we were like, oh, this really is some degenerate shit going on in this place.
It is there if you look for it.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But you know, it's just so funny that you really encounter that in real life, and there's people there looking at it, browsing, kind of, you know, unashamed. They're in public. They can be seen doing this. They're not stewing around on, you know, limewire.org like us good little Americans.
It is also kind of like
in our bunkers
like
or whatever.
There's also for the weeaboos, we've completely blocked out like the seedy Yakuza element of Japanese culture that does still exist, and it's just kind of like integrated its way into society. But it's like
whores as far as the eye
you
can
can
see.
go around and get a prostitute. There's like the
Yep.
famous big African guys in the alleys that will come up and speak English to you, you know, and it's like what they are representative of. They're always working at a club. They're always trying to get you in, you know, and it's like you just kind of block out the seedy elements like of Tokyo.
They're hustling.
Dude, that's a fascinating thing about Japanese culture for real. Are you guys like hear people on the street being asked about like what counts as cheating and what doesn't count as cheating? It is like a pervasive cultural belief. Look, this could have been like cherry picked or whatever, but my understanding is due to Japan's history of like prostitution being legal and like fairly normal, like to this day, it's considered by many people, including women, not cheating to just get prostitutes. It's like, yeah, you know, it's. I mean, I've seen a good number of stuff.
It might be the equivalent of like I don't know, lots of like religious, like extremely religious people, like still like, oh, he cheated on you or something like that. You should leave him, and they're like, no, I won't. You know what I mean? It's like,
look, that might be anecdotal. Maybe that's out of control. Maybe that's not representative. But I mean, again, you think back, like, I mean, geishas were like accepted. This is like a prostitution job at the end of the day. They're basically like, eventually they get built up as like a courtesan basically, and then they are like kind of sold off to like a nobleman or whatever. And again, Japan evolved. Japan is not developed in like the Christian Western tradition. It really is a very different place historically with different cultural norms. And it has not had the like Christian shame of, you know, like sex outside the bonds of marriage that Christianity has influenced on like the Western.
The Abrahamic religions have not swept across it.
Indeed.
There's also on the element of like it's hard, like we completely ignore the seedy elements of Japan. I think it's partially because in the entirety that I've been in Japan, there has never been a place that was as dangerous or felt as dangerous as literally the street that I live on right now. It's like in America, I could go outside and get shot and stabbed at any point. So you're in Japan, you're like, this is so fucking incredibly safe literally everywhere to me. Like, what the hell is going to happen to me?
If you're planning to do any crimes on the Eastern Seaboard, please go visit Victor at 123 Fake. Noni, please bleep this out so it sounds like I said his actual address.
Yes. Don't worry, Nate. I'll put the address right now. The GPS, we're going to start zooming in on the map.
Yeah. That's perfect. Please do that.
As we should. There is something fascinating to me about the funny otaku culture. It does seem like I'm just so curious, so like thirsty for knowledge to just wonder about like, okay, so we have like the classic nerd, right? In like Western-esque type shit. It's like the nerd. They like video game, they like movies, they like their funny comic books or whatever. And growing up, at least, as a young man, as a young baby man, I'm like, that, for the most part, has not matched the reality of what I lived through. I'm like, I'm a nerd, but I go to the gym. Literally, most of the nerds I know do also just like have real jobs, in relationships, relatively healthy. A large percentage of them are women. And I'm like, oh, but you have like the stereotype in the movies about like, oh, the nerd is like, this fucking glasses geek, nobody talks to them, nobody likes them. So I'm just
right. Me, literally me.
Yeah, literally you, die. Please, you're making us look worse, Nate, by association. I'm just wondering, like, what's the percentage in Japan? Just be like, how many of these funny otakus are like, fat, don't shower, don't talk to people, freaked out by social interactions?
Well, let's point out one important thing about Japan, which is that they have like a walking-based culture as opposed to a car-based culture that we have in America, which is a huge difference, and it means everybody gets their 10,000 steps basically like every day, unless you're like a real hardcore NEET, which that's got to be like a reasonably tiny percentage of the population. It's not like zero, but because like if you want food, you have to go walk to get it. In America, like everybody has a car, or their parents have a car if they're young or whatever, and you end up doing like very little walk. It's very easy to get fat. If you live in Tokyo, however, like even wanting to have a car becomes like exponentially difficult. Same as like if you live in like New York, sure, you can get a car. That's kind of like an elite rich person thing because you have to like pay for parking year round. You have to find parking spots, and it's just so easy to use public transportation, you know, in New York with like cabs or whatever, or the subway, you know, better yet. And then in Japan, of course, there's like their wonderful transit system in Tokyo and Osaka. Oh, that lovely green Yamanote line that Victor loves so well.
My favorite line.
His favorite train, his train foo. It's a lovely train.
His train foo, his train foo.
It does a loop around in a circle around Tokyo. It's lovely. So you can just get wherever you need to go.
You know you're going the right way when you're on that fucking Yamanote line.
Even if you literally get going the wrong way, you will get where you want to be if you just wait a little bit longer on the Yamanote.
It's a train of dreams. It's a train of dreams.
It so is. It so is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Say
great.
on that
It's
note
great.
of the Japanese otaku, I think the difference is because you're talking about like nerds are kind of normal now, and it's like I do think especially in like the 90s and 2000s that was not the case yet in Western culture, and I think Japan is just so culturally behind because of their conservatism that like there might be more people that are interested in nerd shit, but they just get like shut out of that, you know, like you feel more ashamed of it and you don't talk about it and you're only talking about that online. And like there's probably more normies who are into it, but they're gonna act like they aren't, you know? Versus like I feel like now, especially, you know, in the States, it's just like everyone's a fucking nerd and everyone gets it. And like at a certain point there was like a great awakening, it feels like. And Japan had just not hit that yet.
And maybe they never will because they are a honor-based society as opposed to our shame-based society. And so, like, they really feel that they... You know, great example, I always think of the guy from Welcome to the NHK.
Yeah.
Not the main guy, but the guy with the glasses that he was, like, friends with, Yamasaki, whatever that guy's name
Yamazaki.
was. Yamazaki, right. He was just doing his thing, chudding out with his boys, making games and stuff, not being super successful. And then he just gets that call from his parents, and they're like... Please just come home. We have a wife and like a life waiting for you. Just step into this and like basically let this be your life.
Yeah.
And I know everybody these days is like, oh, that seems so bad. Bro, when he goes back, his life gets exponentially better. He he marries that lady. He does great. He is given purpose. He actually seems to really enjoy working on the farm. By the way, I do some gardening at my place too. It's actually seriously rewarding and feels good to do it. And like just today, I was eating strawberries out of my garden. It is Kino. I would recommend to everyone that can experience it, do it. If you live in a city, find the like public gardens or whatever. These do exist.
This is so unrelated, but with like similar vibes to that specific example. Me and some friends got around and are like, hey, let's play this funny new game called Mixtape. If
yeah,
Mixtape.
Yeah, let's play Mixtape, okay?
Greatest game of all time.
We haven't finished. We played for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, no, delete, fucking uninstall. Let's do literally anything else, please. But like, you have to understand.
You didn't enjoy the press nothing to win gameplay? You didn't enjoy that?
I didn't enjoy what they were fucking saying. Like, I played those like Until Dawn, Walking Dead, you know, just like, it's like play a movie essentially. I'm fine with those. This one was just extra insufferable, so we stopped.
I mean, it might be made for 14-year-old girls, and maybe you're not the target audience, but...
Yeah, but so is Evangelion, and I still jack off to every character.
I
never let that stop me before, you know.
I would fight that statement, Victor. Please tell me, where is this 14-year-old girl who's interested in 70s music and culture? Like, which one is that?
I would make a fight for
hipster
it's hipster shit and like it's for that teenager that wants to be a decade older than everyone else around them, you know?
Perhaps.
Like, I understand a hipster.
Sure.
It's not my cup of tea. I'm just saying... Maybe you're not the target audience.
Hey, okay, let me have my point about Victor as a human being. This has been my assessment.
I am extremely contrarian, if that's where you're going.
Well, I actually argue that you are a reverse double contrarian.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of a contrarian that's like, everyone likes a Silk Song. Well, now it sucks because it's too popular. But that's not you. You find a reason that annoys everybody to actually defend the thing that everybody is way into, but everyone's pissed off by a reason to do so in a reverse double contrarian. So I get mad at you and everybody else gets mad at you. God, it's so fucking infuriating. Why would you argue for it like this? That's Victor.
I
That's what he
am
is.
excited to meet the 14-year-old girl, for the game
Playing
that was
Mixtape.
made by 40-year-olds, for the 30-year-olds.
My indestructible argument for that game is why the fuck did you play that fucking game? It looks terrible. Why is anyone talking about this? If it doesn't look good, don't play the fucking game. I don't want to hear about it.
It's
Tell me
my
if I'm
kind
wrong
of
here.
game.
And then everyone
It's
plays
my-
it for rage bait.
That's the
I
thing.
didn't,
There's a whole
though.
new economy for this game. That's the rage bait take. Like, everyone's playing it to make fun of it now.
Yeah.
As I understand it, I have always been. Look at my fucking One Piece live action shit. I have officially adopted do not interact tactics with shit that you do not like.
And
But sometimes I guess people can't
if
help
you
themselves.
make a game about teenagers, there's two goals. It's either the game is for teenagers because that's what they made it about. They're an adult pulling on their teenage experiences to help modern teenagers get through what they're going through, or it's to make you feel nostalgic for being a teenager. Either way, if you don't,
the goal,
like if you hated high school, you probably won't like being nostalgic for being a teenager.
High school is just fine. You have to understand, Vic. I like Life is Strange. Okay, I
What's
do
wrong
like
with
that.
you, Noni? I thought we're
So
supposed to be
actually, you
internet
are the
geniuses on
target
this show.
audience, and they fail.
I am
so
the target
I
audience,
accept that
Vic.
argument.
I am.
All you had to do was say you like
frankly,
Life is Strange.
He has the appropriate reaction.
You
mine
are a
is-
14-year-old girl. I got it.
In essence, that's true.
I
That's
played
who
Life
he
is
really
Strange
is
when I
in the
was
black box.
12. No.
Well, there
This
you
is
go.
why Noni is not fewn on the show. He actually is a secret girl who's,
Secret girl. No,
a sundress wearing, blonde, 14-year-old girl who's.
I mean, I assume
controlling
I
company
default
strings.
to anyone I'm talking to on Discord is probably trans.
yeah.
So true. 100% true.
Or is it? Who knows? No. But okay. Yeah. Did not play it for rage bait. Played it like before the reviews. Literally.
That's bullshit, Noni. You did not play that because you thought it'd be good. You played it to rage bait yourself.
Nate, I shake your hands. This was like a day one thing. It's just like I didn't see the trailer. I'm just like, oh.
How could that be true? How could you be a person that wants to play this day one? Everyone hates it. How could you be the one guy that was sincerely looking forward to this game?
In case people haven't found
If you're not
out-
even the target audience, you're not even like the millennial that's like nostalgic for this stuff. How is this relevant to your life? I don't understand.
Nate, in case I haven't made it clear to this podcast, I don't use social media. My social media engagement only happens when I need to work on your videos.
But it's a fucking retarded movie game. Why would anyone play this game?
I like those games. Like I said,
Even Victor here is like, it looks like shit, so why would you play it? Which is a fair take. That's my take too. I didn't even know.
I hate fucking hipster soundtrack games for sure. I like some of the I play all the Until Dawn games and stuff like that. Like I don't hate a movie game. You know, they can be fun.
I hate a movie game. I hate them all. I want them all
Here's
to
the
burn.
knowledge. Here is the knowledge I went through to this game. Okay, here is the full breadth of knowledge. It was just, it dropped, it showed up on Steam, and it had a 9 out of 10. And then I clicked, I saw the poster, and I'm like, oh, this is a movie game. This is an Until Dawn, Life is Strange. I like those games just well enough. They're not like my favorite, but this will be just fun to just like sit around like a movie, to just hang out with some people that also like these games. I started it 30 minutes later, it wasn't installed.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. What I was getting at through all of that.
You know what the real problem with this game is, though? It's not Japanese.
It's not
that's true,
Japanese.
that's
It's
true.
so true. Getting back on topic.
With only a slightly less big problem is that it's making our daughters gay, thus ending the white race, which is a huge problem. We need to abort about face right away on this. But okay, go ahead, Tony. It's so over for the West because of Mixtape.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, we could import more Japanese women to replace them, but.
Ooh,
have
okay,
to.
now we're talking.
You
now we're
have
talking.
to, though, and please share them with me. Please, me personally.
Okay, you got it, buddy.
The main conversation in that game that really stood out to me was this funny hipster, just graduate high school girl. It's like, I want to move out from my parents' house, and I want to go to New York, and it's like the most gorgeous, fucking lavish house of all time.
Of
and
course.
It's like me and these other like 20-year-olds just playing this game, and I'm like, man, this house is like fucking gorgeous. This place she lives in is like so good. And it's like, other people was like, go here and get this job. And it's like, no, I want to go to New York and become a musician. And I felt like an old man being like, no, what you have here is good. What you have here is
That's just
good.
an overall cultural problem right now with American media, and it's because I've been going back and watching a lot of old movies because me and my wife have been we're watching 365 movies this year. Don't want to get too derailed.
Go watch
but
on
like,
Vic and Hope,
guys. We've been watching so many old movies, and it's just like the problems of prior generations just are so fundamentally different than what the current what we're going through now. So it's like any issue that people had 2000s and back feels so fucking trivial because it's always like, oh no, I don't want to take this stable job where I get to buy a house and have unlimited access.
It's crazy.
I want to be a fucking artist. Or it's the Fight Club method where it's like every 90s and early 2000s movies about like, I have to work in an office. Oh my god, I want to
work in an office.
And it's like, now
we just
don't even have the option. We have to start a fucking podcast. Like
we have plummeted down the hierarchy, the Maslow's hierarchy. We are at the bottom. And you're right. We've got to scrape these podcasts together. Turns out, guys, podcasts are the only lucrative product left in the economy. So
literally.
We have no choice.
And the AI is coming to take it.
That's true.
It was just so insane when she's like, I want to not be here and not like work a normal job. And guys, my parents travel all the time. I have this massive fucking mansion essentially to myself. Nah.
The old school middle class McMansion that just doesn't, like, it's so unfeasible now.
It's everyone's childhood compared to now. Yeah, what a nightmare it's become. But this just relates to like, there's all this stuff like the boomer generations versus us. Like, what were their values? What did they set us up for? Not all of it is like literally their fault, but like, it really is a lot like Yamazaki in Welcome to the NHK, who like had these like crazy. There's nothing wrong with wanting to like pursue or like follow a dream, but like you also should be a Rossyu, guys. Be your Kamina when you're young. That's fine, but you have to recognize the existence of Rossyus in your life as well. It probably, like, if you're doing a crazy dream, okay, it's crazy for a reason, so, like, maybe don't literally bet your life on it. Look, if you want to bet your life on it, I respect that. I actually do. Go for it. But, like, okay, but realistically, there's lots of people betting their lives on this thing, and most of them are not going to succeed just statistically. So that easily could be you. So, like, what will you do if that doesn't work out? You know, you got to think about that.
His character to me is a perfect representation of it's the person who loves media conflating that with wanting to make it and be an artist, and not everyone is meant to be an artist. And it's
so
like,
true.
Has a happier, more fulfilling life when he just works a normal job and then consumes the art he likes on the side, you know? And that's what most people are going to be satisfied with. But that's my interpretation of that character. But we're not analyzing Welcome to the NHK right now. We're talking about Japan. I'll come back for a Welcome to the NHK podcast.
Okay, let's do that. We'll all kill ourselves at the end of that episode.
Yeah!
Not beating the allegations from Victor about being a 14-year-old girl. I watched a show.
Yeah?
There is another show called Girls Band Cry, okay? And
I know it.
Yeah. About this fucking little twerp. She's like, I want to be a fucking musician. And she, like, moves out, goes to the city. Her life just sucks. The show makes it a point to hammer in. Her life fucking sucks. She's not bad at school or anything. She could, like, go back at school and have a normal fucking life. And when she does, she has, like, house. Her parents kind of vaguely apologize. And the show makes it a point to be like, she knows that. She's like, I acknowledge the fact that objectively speaking, my life would literally be better if I just don't do this, but I'm still gonna do it. And I just like that. I like the acknowledgement. I don't like the fantasy of like, oh, what you have, you can just let it go and do this other crazy thing. In Girls Band Cry, she's like, she has to move. She's like, she gets sick. There's nobody to take care of her. She doesn't know any other motherfucker. She needs rent money. She needs to get a job. And it's like...
This is very similar to the Whiplash concept, the Whiplash debate. Nobody fucking understands Whiplash except for me. Like, sure, everyone's like, oh my god, it says, like, do it, go crazy and be the best ever. Other people are like, no, it says, like, literally never follow your dreams because, like, you lose everything and your life sucks or whatever. When the actual take is, it's about... This man is, like, choosing to give up massive things in his life to pursue a crazy dream. Like, it is his right to do so, but he's going to lose lots of things along the way, as other people have done before. And he likely won't even hit his dream, but he can try if he wants to. And, like, that's what you gotta understand.
The beauty
about
of the adolescence and the curse of the what sacrifices you make to become the ultimate at what you do. But
absolutely, yeah, so true. Just like Japan has sacrificed the freedom of every man, woman, and child in their society to make it clean for tourists to come visit and spend, tourist money at.
Damn it, I had a bunch of shit. I still had shit I wanted to double back around to about Japan, and now I'm losing it. I'm it's distant in my brain.
I'm sorry. Hey, if you
we got
go
so
for it,
anyways,
we
I wanted to talk more about the base gatekeeping of Japan, circling way back.
Oh yeah, let's do it. I love it.
Because
one of my
fucking, Nate, I'm sure I told you about it, and I think you had them while we were there. But the Japanese grapes are a work of art.
Yeah. We talked about those,
and it's one of those
we
things.
Got some. We enjoyed them.
Yeah, because like they literally have indoor greenhouses where they cultivate the perfect grapes, and they go and they measure each grape, and they breed them, and they like raise them in plastic bags. It's like it's
beautiful,
succulent, delicious, amazing grapes, and it's like this is the Japanese cultural excellence that we come for. And there's also
that's the shit of them like sharpening a blade, like folding a blade 1,000 times to make the perfect katana, but like applied to grape and everything else in society. Frankly,
and then there's like I feel my American angst, right? Because in America, we can have any fucking food we want from anywhere in the world, you know? Yeah. It's everything all the time. I can get anything, but you cannot get good Japanese food. It is impossible. Like they have made it somehow
that's true.
Completely impossible. And like back when you were talking about like going to the wasabi museum, it's like most wasabi sold outside of Japan is fake. Like it is not real wasabi root. It's like bullshit with horseradish and green dye. It's not real wasabi. Same thing with like soy sauce. Like having it in Japan, you're like, oh fuck, this is soy sauce. And ramen, and it's like you go anywhere in Japan and you get a fucking $7 bowl of ramen, and here you gotta go get this $20 bowl of ramen that sucks shit, you know?
Dude, like you get so much food for such good prices again because the U.S. dollar is strong compared to the yen.
But it's also just, like those things are just wonderland. Like they're just priced reasonably, you know?
Yeah, that too.
Everything is just cheap.
Oh man. Dude, how about the 7-Eleven, the things that I was like the curry katsu, like the fried curry dough with like curry inside a fried bun. We got it at like 7-Eleven every time, basically every morning. So fucking delicious. I did research to try to get it in America. You can't do it.
And that's
cannot do it.
Like one of the big memes of people shitting on millennials is that we go and we're amazed by the 7-Elevens the Japanese people think we're stupid. And it's like, you don't fucking understand like
no,
how
we actually know it's better. It is superior. It's not a joke.
They are good, and it's like they don't understand how dog shit the quality is here of these places, and how they're like a staple in our lives in many ways as like commuting all the time, you know? It's like I get gas station food fucking constantly because I'm always driving, and it's like literally people look down on you like you are committing an egregious sin when you get a gas station taquito because of like how infamous these things are, and they're always like horribly prepared. It's either gonna be like a brick of ice or like the crunchiest, driest thing you've ever had in your life, and it's like the quality in the Japanese markets is so astronomically good that like it blows your stupid American mind, you know?
It seriously is superior, not a joke. This is dead serious. We've had it so many times when we've been there. Like every day you get breakfast at the Konbini or whatever, and it is awesome.
The idea that
delicious.
There are quality standards at a convenience store is just like mind-blowing.
That's the thing. How can you not love that about Japan? How can you not love that that's the case and be like kneel and squeal and pledge your allegiance to Shinzo Abe and his descendants and the emperor?
You have to.
That's what I want. That's life is just so beautiful there. And I do always think like, okay, if I actually lived here, I'm sure I would like face some challenges and it would be difficult. And like, you gotta like adapt and you gotta learn. I'll never be Japanese, no matter what I do. I mean, I literally am a born samurai with the blood pumping through my blood. But other than that, aside from that,
I love America, particularly for shit like the choices, where it's like I know I'm gonna be a lame ass, and if I lived in Japan, I would end up missing my fucking Mexican chimichangas, and you know,
I think actually we tried to find both Mexican food, which did not exist in Japan, and then I mean, kind of makes sense, and then also when we got Italian, I don't know if you were with us for this, but I know me and Michelle got Italian once, and it was like. It was Japan-style Italian, which is to say, not the same thing. Not like American
Me and Hope
Italian.
had good Italian in Japan, but it was like...
Okay, I guess it exists out there.
But I'm sure they
everything's got this Japan
things.
version.
Yeah.
everything's Japanified. Like, you get a pizza in Japan, that is not real American pizza. Yeah. That's like, first of all, they're tiny. They got like mayonnaise all over them and stuff, which, I mean, it's good. They fucking love mayonnaise in Japan.
They do fucking love
like
the
Europeans.
the Kewpie mayonnaise.
Kewpie mayo, yep. Kewpie mayo's great. But they put it on too many things, I would say.
Ooh, coffee and hot dog.
It's different.
I was told but by some friends who do live in Japan that Japan is a country made out of people who give a shit. And
yes, absolutely.
That's sort of like strength. That's like, stuff has to be clean. You know, fast food needs standards. You know, they give a shit.
Ultimately, civilizational wise, you gotta pick your path. Are you going to be like a laissez-faire, individualistic, like everyone can do whatever the fuck they want, where the downside is the tragedy of the commons, where there is shit that nobody is responsible for and it kind of goes to shit, unless like the people around there, well, okay, my point is that like, but nobody cares. The other side of that is that like every person is burdened to some degree with responsibility, and obviously there's degrees between this, but like Japan obviously is on the extreme end, probably worldwide, where like they really give a shit, and there are high standards expected of the people that live here, including like professionally and just interpersonally.
It's just, it's so fucking great, and it's tonal whiplash. Like I go to New York City a lot, and it's so fucking fundamentally different, even as like another big city to Tokyo. You know, it's like.
Oh, it's just great. And I don't know, man, there's like all this other stuff too. Like one thing I wanted to talk about was how much I love onsen of like all kinds. You know, just hot springs. And so Victor knows this, the people know this. I am a foot bath fiend. I love me a foot bath so much. Again, like foot bath is just like public little areas where there's like warm water flow. It has to be mentioned, Japan is just built on volcanoes, so they just have warm water flowing up from under it all the time, and it's awesome, and I love it. And it means that they have tons of hot springs everywhere. There are like private ones you have to pay to get into, but then there's like public ones. Like when we went to Kinosaki Onsen for a couple of days, which is a big like hot spring town. It was beautiful. That's where we saw each other's dicks famously. It was Kino. Canon event. Loved it. Gave them each a little tug, a friendly tug or two.
A friendly slapping. We did a little sword fight.
Shake. And like you pull out of the train station and like you probably just rode the train for like a couple hours to get there from Tokyo or whatever, and right there next to the train station is a foot bath. So you take off your socks and shoes, you sit down on the nice clean bench, and you just warm your feet in like warm bath water. Only it's not bath, it's just clean like fresh water that anybody can put their feet in. And maybe it's like dirty, but like it's Japan, I assume everything is immaculate. It's fucking awesome. And it literally melts away the like tension, the pain of the day, any, you know, tightness of your ankle or whatever. It's just freaking awesome, and I love it so much. And so everywhere I went to Japan, I was a fiend on the lookout for foot baths. An onsen, sure, you got to take all your clothes off, commit to. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Still wonderful. But foot baths, you can do it anytime, any place. And this is a literal thing that only exists in like volcanic areas like Japan's. It's based on the literal blessed geography that Amaterasu granted her subjects when she raised the island up out of the ocean. And once again, like, talk about ludonarrative synergy right there with Japan and foot baths. It just works, and it was so good. And I love onsen in general, but tell me your onsen thoughts, Victor. What say you about onsen?
They're quite nice. I don't think I'm as onsen pilled, but it is quite enjoyable. And like were you with
what's that one in America?
The American one.
The one in Virginia.
That's exactly where I was going to go to. It was just not. It's like shit you don't think about.
It's not cool.
It's not hot enough, and then it's just like the American equivalent is you go in and it's like I could just see shit floating on the water, you know?
Yes.
And it's like, oh yeah, I'm in America. This is disgusting. Like this is not have a quality standard of cleanliness that I experienced in Japan, you know?
That's the thing. And like this you know, fucking, this is where Thomas Jefferson famously, I was like looking at the time, in Virginia, he used to go to this hot spring, and like, okay, and it's kind of nice.
You're wearing swimming trunks, there's women, there's women in there with you, what the fuck is going, what is this?
It's not even like my sexy, ecchi, mixed bathing where everyone's naked anime, it's like filthy American hogs as far as the eye can see.
Disgusting.
This is not what I wanted in my life, people. So, you know, there you go. It's Japan once again, W, America L.
We just can't do it right.
Blessed by geography. It wasn't hot enough. It cannot be done. I don't know if California, like.
I mean, it's like in Iceland they had really amazing,
Yeah.
really amazing hot springs too. It's just like
because it's a volcanic
giving
island,
a shit about quality and the volcanic,
the
volcanic island shit. But theirs are very different than Japan, but
way.
very, very based.
I have not been to Iceland. Well, okay, let me ask you this: Are the hot springs in Iceland anywhere near as hot as some of the ones in
definitely
Japan?
Nuclear fucking hot because it is all actual volcanic water, but they have a lot of like different mineral types in the water and stuff where it's like they have like I can't remember what it is, some kind of like clay particles in one where it's like it's supposed to be good for your skin or whatever the fuck, and you like mud masks and all that shit, but. They got some bougie hot springs there. But they were very nice. And they're always really big.
They have the blue one, right?
Yeah, the Blue Lagoon.
Blue one.
And then
that's pretty cool.
We went to like 3 in Iceland. One that was like a little backwater, like actual like local public hot spring. And the funny thing about this one is like nuclear hot, but then like there's no wind protection from the environment, so it's like freezing below speeding below freezing ice. Yeah, it's like my beard is literally turning into ice above the water, and then my body is nuclear hot. And then there's like some random older guy with goggles like swimming around. You're like, oh, that's a little weird.
yeah.
The water's like super shallow, but it was still better than Thomas Jefferson's fuck off fucking hot spring in Virginia.
It was, it was okay. It just wasn't anywhere near as good as Japan. This literally is a geographical phenomenon that does not exist elsewhere. But speaking of water-related things in Japan, dude, let's just quickly talk about the toilet situation. The bidets.
Oh my god.
Like
life-changing.
First of all, clean as fuck every bathroom I ever went into in Japan. And the bidet, guys, I have a bidet. Victor got a bidet, and I was like, I gotta get one too. I can never go back. I'm a bidet boy for life.
Heated toilet seat is magical.
It's life-changing. Absolutely life-changing.
It's like we are living in fucking third world conditions when you don't have the bidet.
When we
it's
came
like, what
back
the fuck?
After our trip, and like you and Hope like got a bidet, and then I was like, wait, you can do that in America? I guess you can. And so we got one relatively soon.
It's not even expensive for like a basic one.
A couple $100 at most. Yeah. You get like a really fancy one for I don't know, $300-$400.
Yeah.
I think ours was like $200 or whatever. So worth it.
And it's like the meme of like the Japanese bidet toilets, but it's like it's literally every toilet everywhere. Like
literally
no matter where you
every
go.
toilet. Yes. I guess there were some like on the street that like you do have like the hole, but like
those are very rare. It's usually like a public park. I've only ever went to one that was stinky, But it's even like just going into public places and it's like so pristine, and I'm so used to just like hell.
Dude, how about that one legendary moment on Halloween in like 2019 or whatever when it was Halloween in Akihabara. We were looking around for a place to piss, and we just stumbled upon like, we're under this bridge. There's like some urinals behind this like little door here, so we just walked into it. Both of us were pissing. First of all, we were clearly visible as we were pissing in these urinals. Maybe other people have seen these. Our feet and our heads were clearly visible to like the girls that were with us and everyone as we pissed. That was a weird feeling.
That one was weird.
And then that was strange. I guess that was, I don't know. I mean, they have like cock festivals in Japan. I guess they're more, what's the word? Whatever. They're more open and free about their pissing and their shitting and stuff. I don't know.
I think those are
was a weird one.
Just like ratty bar toilets, because we're in like that locals only bar area where that was a fucking magical night. But
it was great. It was.
We were definitely we were not supposed to be there because we actually went into the bathrooms and we were supposed to have like permission and a key, and we just walked in because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
There was no door. There's literally no door. You just push and piss there. And so after we pissed there, like while me and Victor were pissing, the girls like got in trouble from the people that were there. They're like, "Whoa, are they pissing right there? Now you have to come and sit down and eat at our little izakaya,"
which was great because those are supposed to be Japanese only izakayas, like that. We were in a little racist area.
It was based as fuck. I felt so at home. I loved it. And then they let us in, and frankly we had such an awesome time. It was delightful. So cool. We met this like lovely like young Japanese girls that were one girl said she like worked at like the One Piece shop. I thought she might have been lying to my fucking face, but anyway, she said it anyway. And then there was this guy that was telling this, like, I was trying to speak in Japanese as best I could, and that guy told this very long, meandering story that I could barely follow in like basically pure Japanese, a couple English words, about how he like saw a ghost in an elevator and the woman that was with him. Remember this? Like vague story? I did not fully understand what he was trying to say with it. But he said he had been to America, had like been to New York City. He wanted to be like, oh yeah, like an American. Cool. I've been to America too. I'm a America boy. I'm an America boo, just like you're a weeaboo. And it he was
like an older America boo. He like kind of knew a little English because he was like a businessman, you know. Which is it's another thing where on the thing of the Japanese people speaking English, because you mentioned this earlier about the Japanese tourists in Russia, which is like every Japanese person learns English in school at some point. It's just I think they are legitimately embarrassed to speak it.
I'm embarrassed to speak Japanese. So
like how we're embarrassed to speak Japanese. So it's like I think a lot of the time, like if a person is trying to deal with you, they might switch to English, but they just don't want to.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they feel very embarrassed about it.
And I don't blame them at all. It's us. We're the ones imposing on them. They speak a very different language. It's, it's all hard to understand. Like, because phonetically, Japanese people trying to speak English sound so goofy and silly. Yeah. Just like we sound goofy and retarded when we're trying to speak Japanese.
And it's like they learned it in high school. They aren't practicing it.
How much do you remember, like, the Spanish you learned in high school? I mean, I like a little bit. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Same thing when I was in Brazil, and they do the same thing where it's like they kind of know English, but like no one is gonna even try to speak to you in English. They'll pull up a Google Translate app.
English.
Exactly. Like everyone kind of knows English.
Let me tell you, when I meet a tourist and I cycle through the languages of like, cool, I don't speak your local language, 9 times out of 10 they do either speak or vaguely get English.
Yeah, it's universal at this point.
Because
we globalized. Baby. Hell yeah. Those damn
we will globalize
British.
The language and then the Intifada.
The best English I've ever encountered was from a Chinese man. I'm so sorry.
No way. Like, okay, he's probably Hong Kong. He's probably a Hong Kong native English speaker.
That is
There's
probably
plenty of those, like my boy Amaz out there. They speak English. They know what they're doing. Let me just say, I actually secretly despise Japan. This is the big reveal.
Oh, no!
Close. I hate it, guys. And here's why. The fucking coins. I hate the goddamn coins so much. Everyone's getting coin pilled. Oh, I hate bills so much. No. I don't. Look, I really don't know what the Japanese people do to, like, do this efficiently. When I'm at a coin beanie or whatever, and you've got to, like, they have machines. You can put the coins in. They count them for you. They've got it all figured out. But I feel like a total idiot rummaging through. I have, like, this little knapsack I carry with me. I mean, you got to have, like, a coin pouch. That's like how you store coins. And then I have these little, like, things Michelle got me. They're, like, these little, like, sorty things where you can, like, organize the size of your coins so you can, like, grab them rapidly. But they always fall out, and I'm always tripping and dropping them, and they get scattered everywhere. It's a total catastrophe. Like, bills actually do solve this problem by, like, being organizable and thin and fittable into, like, an enclosed space. Coins are heavy. Every person that's been to Japan understands the feeling of, like, now I have to drag around a sack of coins with me all the time, and it sucks, and it's annoying.
Mate,
I gotta... more like credit card stuff.
I gotta fight you on this, because I fucking love the coins. I love them so much.
Coins. I love coins. When I live with a coin-based society.
I'm stumbling and bumbling.
when you get to like the 1 yen, it's like, why the fuck do you print this? It's horrible.
You toss those in
they
the
make them out of aluminum.
Yeah,
I love tossing them in the shrines. I fucking love the 500 and the 100 yen.
I do like that.
And it's the fact that, like, most things cost 500 yen, and so you just have these 500 yen coins, and you're just popping them in. And then it's like, because of my stupid American lizard brain, coins are literally worthless. They have no value. So while I'm there, I'm like, oh my god, I can just blow. I just blow all this fucking money. It's awesome, and I don't have to feel bad about it, because it's a coin. Fuck coins.
You're on vacation.
Literally
it's not
nothing.
Real money. I mean, you've converted all your real currency to fake, like, fun tokens.
These
for
idiots
Japan,
are just giving things away for quarters, and it makes no sense.
You're extremely right about
the vending machines, and I put the coin in the vending machine, and I get stuff, and nothing has to fucking, like, tax rounding bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Everything's just like, oh, it's 500 yen, you pay 500 yen.
Dude, okay.
You get a result.
Get back to I was lying. I was coping. I fucking love Japan, period. Because just like yesterday, I was out at like a park walking with Michelle or something, and we were at like a lovely little rest stop. There was like a bench and stuff, and we were just thinking to ourselves, man, we're thirsty. If this was literally just Japan, this area in Japan, there would be a lovely vending machine right there with like 10 things that we want so bad, because they have a trust-based society, and we gave it all up, and we're tearing ourselves apart because no one can be fucking trusted in this shithole country. Please, God, let me move to Japan. Let me in Shinzo Abe's ghost. It's all I want. I'm one of you, I swear. No, but seriously, the convenience is so good. So good.
I was just at a fucking. We were at a ski resort earlier this year, and like we're doing tubing with the family, and like we're exhausted from tubing and walking up this hill, and I'm like, man, I could really use a beverage, and there's a vending machine right there. The options are ass, but they've got a water, they've got Monster Energy, and like a Mountain Dew, and that's like all they've got. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll go up, and you scan the thing, it doesn't work. You try your card, it doesn't work. You finally get it to work, and then it's out of everything in the fucking vending machine. It's like,
I mean, that can happen, but that's a rarity in Japan.
Literally into bumfuck nowhere Japan, and there is a fully stocked fucking vending machine everywhere.
Dude, I've been to bumfuck nowhere in Japan.
Exactly.
And there were always stocked vending machines. And dude, first of all, just another point, on top of that mountain, there would be hot drinks available in that place on top of the mountain if you got there, because they've got this shit figured out. They know how to do it. On top of Mount Fuji, there's fucking vending machines with hot drinks you can get like 3 billion feet in the air in God's country up there. It's incredible. Oh my God, they've just got so much great shit over there. And God, why did God curse me to live in the greatest country in the world, America, instead of my kawaii Japan? God damn you,
If only
Christ,
I could drive my stupid car through the Pacific Ocean and go to Japan.
If only I could drive my stupid chud car.
My gigantic fucking
life,
American
my
van.
car. I'll drive a couple of fucking tanks in that country, and those will be my vending machines one way or another.
They even gatekeep their fucking cars, man. They got cute little fucking
their little
mini
cube
trucks.
Cars that
the cube cars.
They're adorable.
God.
Every time I see one of those in America, because occasionally you do see those.
Yeah.
I'm like, America, Japan car. yes, Japan car. It's like I'm in Japan right now.
Ooh, take me back.
Speaking of, as we're getting close to the end here, we're at our 2-hour mark, as we always hit. One day we'll hit an hour, guys. One day we'll manage to do a sub-hour podcast. Look forward to that. I forget the point I was making just there. It's I remember now. The feeling when you leave Japan is like going cold turkey off of heroin.
Oh yeah.
It's like I've touched the promised land and it's been denied to me. And now
there's nothing more devastating than the first time we went to Japan, me and Hope, and we fucking come back and we're in the Atlanta airport. The Atlanta airport is hell on earth. It is the worst fucking place ever. You're used to all these awesome, beautiful Japanese people being so polite and so nice to you, and all of the nice little fucking train station jingles and all the oh, blah 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 blah, okurishimashou, and fucking everything's awesome. And then you get into the Atlanta airport and there's just some fucking lady just yelling at you to move through a line, and you're like, I'm literally doing what you're asking me to do, and you're just yelling at me, and everyone is just fucking miserable, and the air is still and it's hot, and you're like, this is hell. This is actually hell. Take me back, please, God.
Murder, Smith, party of one. Your mother has died on the turnstile. Please come pick up her rotting corpse. Everything sucks here. Please just pretend, just kill yourself right now so you can be transported back. It is the literal meme of, I see Shinzo Abe's ghost leaning through the noose, inviting me to join him in the promised land once again. One day, Shinzo, I'll be there with you, buddy.
It is like you died and you went to heaven, and it's like, it's the classic, like, you're in heaven and everything is awesome, and you're like talking to your idol, and then you're ripped back down to earth, like forcefully,
Yeah. My idol, Shinzo Abe. Emperor Hirohito, who was that guy who was the Tojo leader of Japanese forces in World War II? Please, Tojo, please let me into Japanese Agartha, aka Tokyo City. I want to live there forever, please.
It's all actually an elaborate conspiracy by the anti-spirals, where they created Japan to be paradise, and then they created the Atlanta airport to be back to hell. It's the anti-spirals trying to give you the most hope so that they could drain your energy and keep their lifeblood going.
Unfortunately, it's working extremely well.
You have to become the cog in the machine to get the clean streets. You have to.
You must accept the boot on your heel, folks. You must accept ultimate subjugation. And yes, sir, please, may I have another? I mean, what's your alternative? I mean, unfortunately, we just are not Japanese. They have a great thing going on there. We will never be literally Japanese citizens, but I guess you can be an expat. I don't really understand the life of the expats. Like, don't they miss at some point their country? Like, you really want to live there like forever? I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. Being there, like spending a year living in Japan sounds dope. I mean, I was there for 2 months. The first time I visited when I was in college, I really started to feel lonely. Because like, I really don't speak this language like that well. These are like not my people. These are not my friends. Got a lot of cultural differences here. Let's end on a hopeful note. I actually do feel, when I came back, it was nice to see my family and my friends and all that good stuff. Japan is the one. It is beyond the pale. It is beyond the veil, and we all love it. But no, there's nice things about coming back home too. I must say.
I will say, it's as far as like, I would not want to live in Japan permanently, and I don't think I could do my job there as a film guy, you know. And it's like there's so much I would miss. But goddamn, it's the best fucking place to visit on Earth.
It's tough to beat. It's tough to beat. So like the thought of maybe.
What am I gonna go to Paris?
I mean, who wants to go to fucking Paris? I don't know. Maybe it'd be okay. Like, again, if somebody gave me a free ticket, I guess I'd take it.
I'm mad we're out of time because I wanted to get into my fears of traveling to Europe as an American because I just assume everyone fucking hates us.
We can save that for the Europe episode. Let me tell expert.
Okay, you know what? You know what, guys? Victor will come back. Press V for Victor for victory. Sweet victory in the chat. If you want Victor to come back soon, we can talk more about this bullshit another time. No, let's be professionals. Let's be serious. We've reached the 2-hour mark. Noni, were you saying something?
I was gonna say, for the Europe episode, let me tell you, the worst people on the fucking planet are the French.
Is it the Spanish?
That's what I hear from literally
French.
everyone. Everyone in the world says the French are the worst fucking people in the world.
The worst people
Fuck
to deal
France.
with.
I would love to go to Italy.
I hear ya. France sounds. I gotta say, we met the worst people in the world. Really, this will be my last thing. Let's end this on a fuck Europe moment right now, which is the Spanish. Okay, this is anecdotal, but we were in line to see Hachiko on like our second trip. I love my boy Hachiko, best dog of all time in Akihabara Station or whatever it is. And we were in line, and some like Spanish guys were just like saying, blah, 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 blah. They were just like, we don't care about the rules. They were making some gesticulations, like some excuses in Spanish or whatever. And then they simply cut in line and went in front of everybody else waiting in line and took their pictures with Hachiko. I don't know what the fuck they were saying. I don't speak Spanish. And then they just fucked off and simply did not care. And we were like, what? Even the Chinese fuckers weren't doing this shit. Only the Spanish were doing this. What the hell? So I have a blood rivalry with the Spanish ever since this.
Consistently in my job, the French are the meanest fucking assholes.
That's what everybody says. I believe you.
I can't give up fully on Europe, okay? Because
we're gonna have to come back. You gotta sell us on Europe. I love Asia
it was like
so
a
much.
quadra of like English lesbians, and they gave me like $30, and they were like the nicest people I've ever interacted with in my life.
Okay.
I have to give to the Europeans for those fucking four lesbians.
The civilized English, not the barbaric Gauls from France.
Exactly.
Or whatever the fuck. So,
exactly.
You can't trust them. Everyone's saying it. Fuck France. Fuck France.
On that
fuck
Japan
France.
note, I do think even though Japan has the politest society, I think we're a lot nicer here in terms of like southern. I'm from the South. You got your southern hospitality and kindness, kid, is unrivaled. Even if those people also want to kill you.
Americans are loud, but they are loud and friendly, generally speaking. I do think that's true.
In the right context. They can also be fucking awful and evil, but
sure, of course.
we have a mixed bag.
As the funny tourist guy person who interacts with foreigners for a living, I have to say, Americans consistently are just like the good. Like, they're friendly, they're cool, they're chill for the most part.
Pride.
But also, the one time I got the cops called on me was because of an American woman
absolutely.
yelling.
Dude, that's so American! That's so America,
my God.
Be subjugated and die under the police presence.
She called the cops. Why, guys?
Did they start blasting? Now that would be an obviously
they did,
right
Nate.
there.
Here's the thing, Nate. Do you want to know why she called the cops? She called the cops because her plane was late by like 2 fucking hours. So it's just, the car wasn't there, you know? So when she came out and was like, where is my car? And I'm like, well, we're getting you a new car, bitch. Hold on. And she's like, you're trying to kidnap me. I'm gonna call the cops.
She whips out the Peter Griffin like color palette, like acceptable versus call the cops, and was like, sorry, buddy, you're on the wrong side of melanin here. You've got to get subjugated.
I'm like, you're late.
Based.
You're the one who's late for like 2 fucking hours.
You know, I would have done the same thing in her shoes. It was the right thing to do. Where was her car, Noni? Where was her car?
Where was her
That's
car?
the American way. We are never wrong.
World.
We did nothing wrong. You did this. Your customer service is shit. You should go to jail.
My customer service. I was the one driving the plane.
Okay, and on that note, let's end this on fuck everybody else. America's #1. Fuck with us. We'll straight up kill your ass. And that's the message we want to
Hoorah.
going forward. Internet geniuses embrace this message completely, and that's how it's meant to be. Hey, if you want to hear more shit like this, as is proper for our stake in this world, patreon.com/internetgeniuspeople, $5 for bonus episodes, more cool shit coming soon. Submit stuff to internetgeniussubmissions at gmail.com. If you got a question or some cool thing you want to submit, do not waste my time with stupid bullshit. Make it a cool thing that's fun for the show, and we'll see about starting that shit next episode. If any of you idiots is able to rub 2 fucking brain cells together to make something that's worth us our time. Thank you for being here, Victor. Always great. We are good buddies. I love talking to you. Once again, podcasts are a great excuse to just talk to people I like anyway, so thank you for generously spending your time, Victor. Always fun.
Thanks for having me.
I love Vic. I love
Look
Vic.
forward to coming back and
Victor.
shitting on those damn Europeans.
We'll put it on the calendar, man. We'll put it on the calendar. Yeah, go subscribe. I mean, Victor, you want to plug Vic and Hope or anything else you're doing?
Check out the Vic and Hope YouTube channel. We're watching 365 movies this year. We've already put out probably 20 fucking hours of movie reviews in podcast format, playing Elden Ring. We've got more coming. It's a fucking... It's a marathon.
Can you give us, is there one movie that like surprised you that like you loved and didn't think was going to be dope?
There's definitely great movies on the list. We just, for upcoming episode, we just rewatched Donnie Darko, which I actually found to be very, very good.
Yeah, I never watched it. Everyone says it's great. I gotta check that out sometime.
Very good. Now, the surprising worst fucking movie that has enraged me the most, which is easier for me to talk about, is Blade Runner 2049. I am the #1 opt for this movie. Right. And everyone thinks it's a fucking masterpiece. I think this movie sucks shit so hard.
Dude, I get it. I have a complicated relationship with that. Like, at first I hated it. I've come to respect some things about it.
There is nothing to respect about it. It is so... It should never have been made.
Just like me.
Next episode. Next episode.
Fuck that fucking movie. Next time, Blade Runner 2049.
Fuck Cyber Show. I didn't even like Cyber Show. It was a bad episode. Thanks for nothing, anybody. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Say bye, everybody. Bye. Fuck off.
Work sucks. Food's cold. No sleep. Getting old. Maybe it's time to figure it out. Think it up what life's about. I need Internet Genius, bringing all the best ideas. Certified right boys all the time. If you want the correct opinion, here's mine. Internet Genius, where the politics are serious.